everyone. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open Play-ins. I'm your host, Paul, and Varum Toddkill, and we are here with Brawl Stars. Today, we get to determine which teams advance on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. They've been battling it out over the last 4 weeks, and now it's time to step up to the plate to see who is going to be advancing on. And as the action heats up, that means, of course, that I need some assistance on this broadcast. Echo Gaming is back once again, a veteran of our program. Look at Snazzy. How you doing, sir?
Thank you so much. I'm excited, man. The ESL is back, this time with some Brawl Stars. Very exciting times for mobile esports. I'm stoked to be part of it. Thanks for having me.
Of course, a veteran of our program. And of course, new blood, new game. Makes a lot of sense. Ash Brawl Stars is here to break down all of these plays, making this amazing content for the last 4 weeks, helping to break down all these teams. Ash, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, thanks for having me here. Super excited to have some of the best teams competing today in North America. Man, I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing show.
I mean, we've been seeing the best of the best fighting tooth and nail over the last few weeks to make it here. And of course, they're advancing on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. Well, not all of them, some of them, to say the least. Over $300,000 in prizing globally over the course of this year. $18,000 for first place, winning the prize money there at the end of the ESL Mobile Challenge. So a lot on the line for these players and a lot going on this year as a whole. So let's take a look at exactly how it all works. Welcome to ESL Mobile, the home of mobile esports. ESL Mobile is a global program designed to give you an opportunity to compete in your favorite mobile games, featuring multiple game titles taking place in 3 regions and offering 2 levels of competition. There's something here for everyone. ESL Mobile Open is the gateway to competitive play, free to join and open to any resident of our supported regions. This is the best way for you to enjoy the thrill of victory and take your shot at winning cash prizes. Each season of Mobile Open will consist of 2 ladders, and the top competitors from each will qualify for the Mobile Open play-ins. ESL Mobile Challenge is your path to glory. If you are a top competitor in the Mobile Open play-ins, you will earn a spot in the Mobile Challenge season. The top team from each ladder will skip the play-ins and qualify directly for the Mobile Challenge season. This is where you'll have the chance to compete against the best players in your region. At the end of each season, top Mobile Challenge players will compete in the Mobile Challenge Finals to determine a winner and be crowned their region's champion. ESL Mobile is for everyone. This is your opportunity to join a diverse and growing community of players across the world and see just how far you can go. Like we said before, it's all about stepping up to the plate, seeing how far you can push it. And again, like you said, Ash, against the top teams in North America, the action is going to be quick. The action is going to be decisive. Teams need to be just that. And Ash, as we take a look at our leaderboard, I'm going to have you talk to us a little bit about some of these teams because you've been watching them over the last few weeks, and we got some big names up there.
Right, so we have Tribe Gaming at the top. Now, we're not going to be seeing them today because they're in first place here, so they already advanced to the next stage. We're going to have Team Double O, STMN Esports, IX Academy, DN, Aqua, Red Button, Monkeys. These are some of the best teams in North America. Super excited to see them today.
Yeah, Ash, I can't wait to see, especially a couple of the teams that you were mentioning to me earlier. Looking forward to seeing what they bring today. And Ash, what are we looking at here in the double elimination bracket?
Some really, really amazing games. We got Red Button versus STMN Esports in the semis. Wow, that's going to be a lot of fun. Team Double O versus Aqua. Whoa.
Yeah, down here to the lower bracket elimination. Remember, once you're down in that lower bracket, you are not out because you could still play in the finals. And it looks like we're down to Unbreakers and the IX Academy. So some exciting things for them. They're still in it. You never give up in the ESL Mobile.
Absolutely. And as we take a look at our first matchup here, some teams in the upper bracket. Oh, as I maybe spoke too soon. We got our game modes up here. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself, getting ahead of the action, and I better not, because Ash, we need to tell all the fans at home how exactly these players are going to be winning it, because we got a lot of game modes up here.
Right, so for each matchup, we have 5 game modes. We got Siege, Brawl Ball, Hot Zone, Bounty, Heist. And in order to advance, you gotta win at 3 out of the 5 game modes. And for each game mode, we're gonna have a best 2 out of 3. So we got Bot Drop, best 2 out of 3. If you want to win that set, you gotta win 2 games out of 3. And you gotta win, of course, 3 games, 3 sets to advance.
Yeah, and the question is, are we going to get any games today all the way to Heist? Is it going to go to 5 different rounds here today? I'm excited to see if we can get to those final stages or if we're going to have those quick matches.
And that's really the question, Echo, because honestly, we could have potentially just 6 rounds of play or all the way up to 15 if these teams are at each other's throats. As we take a look at this first one, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this one not maybe go all the way, but pretty darn close, because Team Double O, we've seen them consistently stepping up here. Fade, Inferno, King, like Kangaroo. These players are sick. Aqua, of course, previously a Fellion Esports, so definitely keep an eye on these players as well. They have been in the top 8 every single week. I'm looking towards Squashy in particular, because that's the name I feel like I've heard spoken quite a bit.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously,
who doesn't go for a name like Squashy? That's a name you just have to root for.
Gotta love Squashy.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, there's a couple things that I always notice. I look for decisive plays and I look for crazy names. Those are the 2 things that I keep my eyes on. And Brawl Stars is so interesting because, again, this is one of our newer titles here for the ESL Mobile Open. So it's one of these games, I've been playing Brawl Stars on and off for a while. And it's so fun to see how many of these sort of truths in other games and truths in other esports still hold true here. Like map control, how you control your lanes, the individual matchups, the compositions, how you look at your draft, strengths and weaknesses, certain brawlers versus one another. These are things that are true in a MOBA. These are things that are true in some tac shooters. These are things that are true here in Brawl Stars. And it's so cool to see these parallels because I feel right at home. Brawl Stars is sick.
Definitely. I love Brawl Stars. I play every day. The best game ever, man.
You know what I love about Brawl Stars? I love that as a player, you need to be able to play multiple different characters with different abilities on different maps, different game modes. You can't just say, I'm going to go with this brawler, be a pro right here. You need to be diverse, be able to play everything inside of the game if you want to play on this level, whether you're for a pro or just a casual player that's trying to rank up and do well in the ESL Mobile Open. I mean, it's a very diverse game that takes a lot of different skill.
Look, Echo, I hear you. And my one-trick heart gets very sad because you're absolutely right. You can't be just a one-trick in this game. Yeah, look, you can rack those trophies up with just the one brawler. That's okay. But you're absolutely correct. You need to have a diverse pool of options. You got to have some pocket strats to bring out because, of course, these players are going to have the ability to change up their composition between games, which means we're probably going to see them try and mix some things up. Because Ash, obviously, you watch a ton of high-level competitive Brawl Stars. How important is getting the win, quote unquote, in the draft?
It's really important because there's only like 5 brawlers that really, really dominate the game. And they're like in the top tier, the S tier brawlers, right? So you got to get your hands on those brawlers. And of course, we are playing it with the ban system. So 2 of those brawlers are going to be banned every game. Still, though, we're going to see some heavy competition. Teams, they're going to be grabbing the best brawler whenever they can.
What it sounds like to me is we're going to be seeing play of a lot of meta brawlers. That there's not going to maybe be some diversity. So if we do see a little bit of diversity, some trickery going on, it's going to be really exciting. And you're going to be there, Ash, to be like, yo, Echo, that right there, that is not normal. That's exciting. And I'll be there to cheer him on.
Definitely. Yeah.
And that's so cool because, again, this is the beginning. Obviously, competitive Brawl Stars has been around for a while in North America. There's been a lot of other amazing events that have been happening, but this is a first here for us at ESL Mobile. So this is where we get to start to set the tone. And if there's a certain player who steps up, who's particularly talented at a particular brawler, that's what I'm going to have my eyes on. Start to make a name for yourself. Start to be the one to say, I'm going to write my legacy here in ESL right here, right now. And as we get started into game number 1, I'm going to leave it to you 2 guys. Let's get into this first match.
Let's get into it. It looks like we have Team OO versus Aqua, which was also known as Affiliate Esports. And it looks like we have Red right now getting some dominance in map control. But Ash, fill us in. What do you think of the brawlers that we're seeing here so far?
Yeah, these are typical meta brawlers for this map. This is a very open siege map, so you gotta use long-range brawlers. Sharpshooters like, Piper is so good at it. As you can see, Zar is amazing with Piper, just killing everyone. He's gonna open the wall right here, and that's gonna make it easy for his teammates to aggressively push, get some good damage for that initial push.
Yeah, that's crushing that wall right up in front is gonna open it up on that next push. If they can get enough bolts to push their way up there yet again, we're gonna see if Team Blue has what it takes to move their way and start gaining that position. They're not able to get in there and grab any of these bolts. They're just being controlled.
Whew. It's tough. Zar is on a roll, sniping everyone with his Piper. Oh my goodness. Just taking everyone out. Wow. This is why I love Piper. Piper's my favorite brawler. In an open map like this, you can dominate with good, precise aim.
I'm getting tips right here on who I should be leveling up inside of Brawl Stars. So we have Aqua coming in again with another push. The wall is not there in the way. The robot is going to be getting right on that wall, and they're going to be shooting everything into it.
Game.
Oh my God, what a dominant push. Piper trying to get one last shot in there, staying alive with the sad emote though. This is down to a 9% with the bolt advantage for Aqua as well.
Yeah, Aqua's definitely taking this 9%. They also have the lead. Just look at that. They got the bolt lead 5-2. Sky's gonna bank 1, so that's gonna give him 6, and that's gonna be enough. That's gonna be enough. Sky's gonna get the kill, and that's probably the cherry on top right there.
Ash calling GG already, but yeah, I mean, not having the ability to bring in another bot on top of that, we're gonna definitely see an Aqua win in this round, in this set. And Robot's running for it. It's gonna be a nice few shots in there, and then boom. It's going to be over.
There we go.
First set is for Aqua. Ash, were you expecting that type of domination of the map, of the bolts, of literally the whole round?
No, I wasn't, because these two teams are super good. Like, both of them are super good. But Zar, man, Zar was on a mission right there with Piper. I didn't even see him miss. I didn't even see him miss a single shot.
Does anyone miss in the ESL, man? I think at this level there is no missing. Everything is just a perfect shot. But now what has to happen is set 1 went to Aqua. If another set goes to Aqua, that's going to be round 1 in the books. So we need to see if Double O can come on through and bring the victory here in the second set. So are they going to be switching brawlers up? Is that a strategy that we should be looking at, or are they going to be going the same?
I'd say for sure, especially the Barley. I felt like Barley was just outraged, and yeah, they did. Wow. They did change the Barley. They're gonna go Pam and Ruffs. Very good brawlers on this map. But again, look at Zar just killing it with his Piper, getting those hits, and they're gonna again get full control over the mid.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, watching some good snipe play is impressive to see, and I get the feeling we're going to see a lot of it here today. Looks like we have the Siege bot coming in already, nice and early for Aqua. And this is not what OO wants to see. Are you looking at those snipes? Is that what you're getting so excited about right now?
This is insane. The performance Zar's putting here, like, it's insane. He's getting all those shots with this Piper against pros, right?
Yeah.
Like, Piper's not an easy brawler to get hits like this. You need super good precision. She's one of the highest skill cap brawlers. So I'm just super impressed by Zar right now.
And OO not even able to make their way out of their spawn zone. They're stuck back. They can't pick up any bolts. It's 5 bolts for Aqua right now, ready to get another siege bot in 9 seconds. Another big push is going to come. They're just trying to keep themselves alive so they can support that siege bot. Man, really good position.
Zar does not miss. I'm telling you, he does not miss.
Ash, you need to look at everyone else too. Ash is all over Zar right now. So impressed with it, but man,
no, it's because he's getting most of the kills. He's like, with Piper and Snappy sniping star power, if you're hitting your shots, you're just gonna continually get ammo back. You're just gonna constantly get kills, and that's what he did there.
Round 1 over in just 2 sets. That's incredible, man. That was, I mean, I was hoping that we'd get some today, and it's very early to say if we will or won't. But man, let's see what Inverum has to say. I know that he has to be impressed with how quickly that went, being new to the whole brawl scene here in the ESL. What'd you think, man?
I just love the contrast of the two of you during that game, because there's Echo like trying to be very like meticulous and like break. Look, both teams are doing these things and they're positioning and the bolts and the objective, and Ash is over here like the snipes. Oh! He's just losing his mind, because I was right there with you, Ash. I used to watching the Piper out to the side, boom, another one. Another one didn't die that last round.
One
I
of the
should
most
know.
satisfying things in Brawl Stars.
It's so good because you think you're safe and you just like pop your head around. You're like, there's no way they're gonna hit, and I'm dead. And it's just done in the book. So like that's definitely something to keep in mind because obviously you mentioned it before, Ash. Piper's one of these super high skill cap brawlers, but she's not one. Watching back these recaps that we've actually seen played a ton. Do you think this is maybe just a specialty, like a sort of a pocket pick that this team's bringing out here?
Yeah, I mean, you have to have the right map. It's got to be a very open map. She doesn't really thrive in a lot of maps because most maps have a lot of walls. So like this map is especially good for her because very open mid. Other maps like Backyard Ball, Kaboom Canyon, they're all open. So we might see her again, especially with Czar on the roll. I think we're gonna see more Piper from him, hopefully.
If he plays like that, I mean, I'd hope to see more. I just want to see you get excited watching more Piper when you watch Czar.
Look, if it ain't broke,
favorite brawler.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let me put it that way. I agree. I want to continue to see Ash get excited because that is our first set in the books. Of course, reminding folks, it is game, set, and match. Best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5, which means that we have at least 2 more rounds in front of us. Lots of fun terminology here, but because Brawl Stars is quick, it is a lot of action. It happens really fast. We want to make sure that it's not a fluke. So we want to make sure these players aren't, just getting by, without putting in the work, to say it to the least. But that's just our first one here, looking towards this next map. And again, we change the game modes up every single time. And again, I'll throw this back to you, Ash, and I'll get your thoughts as well, Echo. How much does your mentality have to change every map to map to map? Because obviously individual skill and hitting your shots is important, but the objective is what is make and break.
Right, definitely. Like you have to be able to master so many brawlers in this game. Specializing like we've talked before, specializing in 1 or 2 brawlers is not gonna get you far here. Every map has its own meta, and there's certain brawlers that have their own niche in that particular map. So you got to be able to master multiple different brawlers. It's just key to winning.
Yeah, you have to master the brawlers, but you have to also figure out and learn all of the maps, where your positioning has to go on the maps, and each of the maps for different game modes as well. Like we said earlier, this is a mobile game, but man, there's a lot of strategy that goes in behind it and a lot of skill that you need to actually master it and play on this level. So it's impressive when you actually think of it in that sense, like how much you have to be good at to actually win. There's a lot there.
Absolutely. A lot of depth, a lot of nuance to this game. And we're going to have to wait, unfortunately, just a minute longer to make sure our players are set up and ready for this next game, making sure they're all set up and ready to go for our second match. We're going to head to a short break. When we come back, match number 2, back in just a few.
Before we jump into the next one, here's a quick reminder for all of you mobile gamers out there. The ESL Mobile Open is just around the corner. So head over to Twitter right now and get all of those details. Tell your friends, build a team, and earn a spot in the finals.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Hey, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. That's how we know when we level up. Yeah, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. It's time, get up.
I go ready for it. I go ready for it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open Play-ins. I'm Inverum, joined by Echo and Ash, and got a little bit of unfortunate news. Unfortunately, Team Aqua, one of the players had a personal emergency, and they have to forfeit, which I know, Ash, all of us are you right now. We all feel that. Unfortunate, but again, sometimes these things do happen, and totally respect that. If you got to go deal with some stuff, hey, if your team 00, you just qualified for the ESL Mobile Challenge. Look, give it a bit of a gift, so make sure you earn it in the next stage of the competition. As Ash, we look towards this bracket, this next match. You talked about it. Red Button versus STMN. This is what you were excited about.
Yeah, those are two of the best teams in North America. That's going to be a very intense matchup for sure. I don't think it's going to be like the previous matchup we saw where it's like one team just dominating outright. Definitely looking forward to this.
Absolutely. And Echo, I'm gonna jump in here because yeah, this is looking towards the lower bracket here. I mean, this is going to be intense as well. Because again, let's reminder the team's not out of this one yet. We're talking about this upper bracket match. Red Button, you talk like we've seen them, and as a Canadian myself, real Canadian, he's a player that I'm keeping my eye on. Ash, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Definitely. Ben, real Canadian, Bobo Life, these guys are really, really good. This is going to be a great matchup.
For sure. And of course, going up against STMN. This is a team we've seen quite a bit. Bobby, OG, Alec. I mean, I feel like we're talking about Bobby a lot, Ash. Is that my imagination?
Yeah, Bobby's one of the best players in North America. Many would regard as, probably like, top 3.
I'm here.
It's definitely up there. He's got amazing teammates, OG and Alec. They've been playing together for years.
Yeah, and just having that team synergy, that cohesion is incredibly important in a game that is as fast and visceral and cerebral as Brawl Stars, because you need to be juggling a lot of things all at once, to say the least. Not only is it your health, your allies' health, your supers, your opponent's supers, the objective, your position, your opponent's position. Echo, rejoin us here, sir. Come back to the land of the living. You obviously know about this too. You create a ton of Brawl Stars content as well. How hard is it, Echo, to juggle all of those different things all at once?
I mean, it's difficult to juggle a ton of things all at once, especially trying to deal with technical difficulties during your stream. But man, I'm telling you, I was trying to say this before when my microphone didn't come out, and I want to make sure that I say it now. I'm really excited about this next match coming up. I've heard a ton of things, not only from Ash, but from the community, talking about how strong both of these teams are. And my excitement is real. I'm ready to jump on into it and give you a little break here in Verum. So let's jump right into this round, and it looks like we're back into a little bit of siege here, Ash. What is this lineup looking like?
Oh man, I'm loving the Crow choice here. Crow is a very underrated brawler right now, kind of under the radar. He's an excellent brawler in open maps like this, bot drop. So I love that both teams are using him here.
Yeah, totally. And it looks like we have an 8-bit in the center again, as we saw a little bit earlier on. But we do have Bobby's team, STMN, with that first siege bot making its way to the other side of the map. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of dominance right here early on from STMN.
Yeah, it's just a level 1 bot, so it's going to get melted pretty quickly, but that's going to allow STMN to get control, which is more important right here in the mid. Bobby's going to grab that booster from Ruffs, and if he can land these hits, and he's going to take out the 8-bit pretty easily here. Crow's going to jump. Bobby decided not to jump because of the range. It's looking really good for STM right now.
Yeah, it's looking really good. I love the center control, but it looks like we do have Red Button that's starting to get a little bit more control themselves in the center of the map. It's a little bit more back and forth, and like you had mentioned, we're definitely not seeing a lopsided match this time around. And I, too, am excited to see a little bit of Crow in this one. And we have a, what do we have? A level 4 siege bot coming through right now.
Yeah, the biggest question is whether Red Button can capitalize on this push. They don't really have a wall breaker, so it's going to be really hard to get enough damage. But all they need to do right now is just maintain mid control, and they're definitely going to have this game in the bag. STMN in a difficult position. It's going to be hard to regain control here.
Yeah, that's a good point you said there, too, about not having the wall breaker. When you can't clear that wall in front, it's going to be hard to position yourself to be able to get those shots. And but right now, we do have STMN. They are doing okay in the center. They are up on by 1 bolt, make that 2. Uh-oh.
This is gonna be super close.
Sure
this
is.
so close. 8-6. I think they've got the push. Yes, they're gonna get the push. Wow, that was so close right there in the last few seconds.
Yeah, and they're going to collect some bolts on the way up as well. They have some catching up to do on bolts, but how much damage is going to get done? That is the big question.
No, STM already has this game in the bag because they're gonna get the final push, and there's only 10 seconds left.
Oh.
So they've already got the game. But yeah, as I was saying, it was so close right there. They just had just enough bolts to secure this win.
I'll tell you, I'm so excited about the gameplay. I forget to look at the clock, and yeah, that'll just give it away right there, that it was in the bag because of the time. And I like that. I like that it wasn't a blowout. I like that it was a really well thought out match, and maybe we're going to see more of that even through other game modes as well with this matchup we have right here.
Right. Like in Siege, you can't really just look at the percentage. You gotta look at the bigger picture, which is, getting that final push. Both teams were battling it out. We saw 6-6 bolts. S-Team just managed to grab 2 more bolts right within like 2 seconds, and that's how they won. It was literally by just 2 seconds.
Yeah, and it's about that positioning, and like you said, not only worrying about the percentage, which I'm also a victim of as well. I sit there and stare at percentages to see who's going to win, but really it's about, like you said, that final push where the most of that damage is going to get done. Who's going to get control of it? Who's controlling the map? So, question right now, and I ask this question all the time: are we going to see a brawler change, or was this matchup solid enough where they can feel confident keeping with what they have?
I felt like both comps were really good, and I did think Red Button were in really good position to get the final push. It's just Bobby started hitting those shots with Piper, and once you start hitting those shots with Piper, you can get kills and get control back. That's how they got it back just in time to finish the game.
And there you go with Piper again. You're already just staring at this Piper matchup, man. I mean, I could totally tell.
She's a key brawler in an open map like this.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's inspiring me to use some of, not even just Piper, but some of the other long-range brawlers as well. Hopefully we get to see a little bit more of them also. But we're waiting right now for them to come on in and get ready, prepare for that next match. They are actually switching up brawlers a little bit of strategy possibly happening behind the scenes as we wait. And we're going to find out right now. And it looks like we have Bobby sitting as Piper. You'll be happy there, Ash.
Yeah, and look at Ben also switching to Piper now. He wants the 1v1 Piper matchup. Boba going with Barley. And Barley's an interesting brawler here. Barley's very good because he's, in the recent balance changes, he's got a range buff and he got a damage buff. So Barley is one of the best brawlers in the current meta. And already Red Button getting that first push, got the dominance, got all the bolts.
Yeah,
really good.
What you have me looking at right now are Piper shots, and I need to focus on the whole the whole set. That's the problem here.
Man.
It looks like, is the bot even gonna make it? Yeah, just getting a few shots right there. All right, I like seeing the Crow play too, being that's one of my favorite brawlers inside of the game. I need to give that love as well. So we have, 2 of these matchups are mirror right here.
Yeah, oh man, Ben's on a roll right now with his Piper getting those kills. And you can see the initial push, they got 34%, and that's thanks to Barley. You don't need a wall breaker when you have Barley who can shoot over the wall and get a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Looking really good for, oh man, Red Button 7-0. Not looking good for STMN at all here with Red Button getting another push coming up here. I love that Real Canadian jump backward to prevent getting killed. It's going to be great for them to get a really good push here.
Yeah, and also, like I've learned, we can't just look at percentage. We need to look at also positioning and how many bolts are all hooked up. Now, there's only 56 seconds left in the match, which is a good amount of time. But right now, Red Button is trying to maintain control of the center of this map.
Yeah, one of the things I love about Siege is it's never over until it's over. Look at that, STM got control. Now, all they need to do is get the final push and get at least 64%, and they can win this game.
Yeah, it sounds simple. It's, something I could probably jump in there and do, right, Ash? You make it sound so easy.
They are on a roll right now. Bobby's hitting his shots, OG's hitting his shots, Tooney's hitting his shots. Here we go. They got the push. This is what they wanted. Level 6 bot, but they gotta be careful. They need to capitalize on this push. They gotta get, remember I said, at least 64%. Bobby's, he's gonna open up this wall. Just 10 seconds though. Can they do it? Can they get enough damage? No, I don't think so. No,
they're
62%.
not.
That was very well defended. I love how Real Canadian came back right there with the immunity to shield and block those Piper shots.
Well, Ash, if I see things correctly, that looked like 2 Red Button victories. Is that correct in your eyes as well?
No, STMN won the first one.
Oh, they did. They did. Okay, well, you know what? Could you
That's
tell
tied.
I was?
It's
Could you
1-1.
tell I wasn't sure? Okay, good. I'm glad I asked you. Sorry.
It's all good. The previous game was super close, anyways.
So we're going to set 3. Winner of set 3 is going to end up winning the match. So we're gonna the round 3, and this is going to be exciting. I want to see more Piper play. Are they going to bring Barley again? Barley seemed like a game changer.
Yeah, Barley was a very good choice right there. Worked out very well. Barley's kind of like a sniper now with that added range. He has so much range right now.
Yeah, plus all that splash damage and being able to throw over the wall, as you mentioned as well, super valuable for sure. So we're going to see if any more changes are happening. Usually I do feel that there's strategy and there's talking happening behind the scenes, whether they want to switch up their brawlers, whether they want to keep with the same ones. And if they are keeping with the same ones, do they talk about changing positions, switching lanes? Or are they going to always want that matchup together with their mirror brawler?
It really depends, man. You can do so many things. You can go Barley, you can counter Barley. Like certain brawlers that are really effective against Barley on this open map are like Max, who can provide speed. If you can run around, you can dodge Barley, get those bolts. So that's one way to counter him. Or you can just run Barley of your own and hope for a better matchup against a 1v1 if you're more optimistic with your ability with Barley.
Or you could just use Piper, get all the kills, snipe everyone out, never die, and completely dominate the match, as we saw happen earlier on, right?
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see both players running Piper again. We know Bobby wants redemption, and we know Ben's feeling very confident with his Piper.
And we know that you'll be happy to see that. And it looks like we have Piper on STMN. And let's see if we have it come. We do. Red button as well. And the Barley is still there. But look, we did have the lane switch here. We have Crow for STMN over on the left this time.
And we got Stu, and Stu's going to provide that valuable speed support. Remember what I said about speed? Well, Stu is another brawler that can support speed with his gadget. So I love that choice, being able to get speed. Oh, nice gadget used by Toonie. One of the things that makes Crow so good right now is his slowing toxin gadget. Supercell, they buffed it. It now slows you down by 5 whole seconds. 5 seconds is a lifetime in a fast-paced game like this. So
yeah, definitely. That's not something that you want to be struck by, especially when you're trying to get out of dodge. But right now we have 2 bolts, 2-4, and really just try.
Wow.
Okay, we just lost some up top.
Bobby with the snipes.
Oh.
He's gonna. Oh, that's a triple kill by him. He got all 3 of them there. Very, very well played by Bobby here. OG trying to hang on. He does have the ball. Bobby again. Oh my goodness. Wow. Getting more kills. He just got 5 straight kills right there.
Yeah, it's not only the kills. It's he knows exactly where to stand, so he's just out of range of his opponents.
Though. Right, it's unfortunate though because he's not gonna be able to get the push, even though with all those kills, the enemy team managed to get all the balls. But this is gonna be an amazing defense. Completely shut down that bot.
Yeah, that bot did not even get close. And well, Bobby's team now has the 7 bolts, a pretty solid lead. Plus, with Bobby hitting shots like that, he could keep Red Button out of the center.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time left though. If Red Button can hang on right here, get the upper hand, they can definitely finish the game. Whereas Bobby needs to continue to hit those shots if he wants to keep his team alive here.
Yeah, totally, I agree. And we do have Crow with the ability popping in, just trying to get that bolt. And with the kill as well. Nice job right there by Toonie.
They're gonna get it. Oh man, with just 24 seconds left. That means STMN will take this game because there's not gonna be another push. Well played by STMN, taking the siege set here.
Talk about patience, 100% to 100% with 10 seconds left in the match, and then that's going to be it. Literally a stalemate until that point in time as far as percentage goes. And there we go, completely demolishing that. And, well, talk about, like you mentioned, not just being about percentage and those shots by Bobby. I know that you were excited to see all that snipe.
Yeah, like, again... It was a much closer game than like the numbers will tell you. It all came down to that final push. Of course, we had 2 ties in bolts, right? So it came down to whichever team got the final push to finish the game there. And Bobby with those awesome snipes. Let's
see what Inverum has to say. I mean, we're 2 games down. Inverum, what were you thinking about that gameplay?
I mean, man, it was just good. It was just good. I love the fact that it wasn't a blowout in either direction. The Piper play was sick. It's like Bobby just suddenly like fell into his groove. It's like that scene at the end of The Matrix where it's just like, whoa. You know what I mean? It's just full
In the
Keanu
zone.
Reeves moment. He's just out there hitting shots. I mean, again, it's very much a team game, and everything else, it's very easy to focus on the player that's playing the flashy brawler, the one that's getting the kills. Obviously, there's a lot more that's going on in the support. I never want to undervalue that for sure. And I think that's something I don't want to focus on. At the same time, holy crap. At the same time, those shots were huge because the Crow would go in, pop the ult, but it was the follow-up on the back of that as well. The second somebody moved out of position to try and deal with that initiation, the Piper was there. And the second you think you're safe, and also Bobby's getting out of the way too, the way he was able to utilize his abilities to reposition as well, to not die, to stay alive, get that HP back, get back in the fight. I'm just happy.
Yeah, plus keeping that distance with Piper too, you get the more damage the further you are away. So it's nice to be able to just be on the brink of that proper range. Bobby had it mastered that round.
Absolutely. And Ash, again, that's the first game in the books for us now. I mean, looking forward, what do you think the adjustments are? Is there anything glaring that you noticed from Red Button? Was it simply a matchup? Was it simply an outplay? Or do you think there's something that they maybe need to actually change going to this next match?
Man, I don't think they need to change anything. It was super close. The games were like, it could have gotten either way, really. It just came down to Bobby getting those shots, like you said, just getting into that groove, hitting his shots, and just dominating at the end to win him and his teammates the game right there. I don't think... If I'm Red Button, I'm not going to be phased at all here.
Yeah, and if we see game modes that close, I mean, this is going to be some exciting Brawl Stars to watch. And it looks like we're ready to get into that next round. So, Inverum, have some fun watching.
Oh, I will. Get into it, boys.
All right, so it looks like we have some Brawl Ball right now. And we have a little bit of Poco, who I love seeing, a little bit of Rosa and Barley as well over on STMN. What's your thoughts here, Ash?
STM has an amazing comp. Poco's one of the best brawlers right now in the current meta. He's got a big buff in the recent balance change. It only takes 4 hits to charge his super now as opposed to 5 previously. But however, though, you can't look away from Red Button here because they do have a very good comp to counter it. Jesse's one of the best brawlers to counter Poco tank compositions.
Yeah, exactly what Ash said right there. But I love the idea of using a Poco. Just when you think you're down and out, you have Poco coming and splashing you with some health, making you nice and strong, especially if you're a Rosa. Then you could just kind of push your way right up to that goal, take the ball, and are we going to see Rosa try and make a move right here? Almost.
No,
almost.
She's just going to wait for her Poco to get back. Trying to make a solo push with the Rosa, it can be very risky. So as you can see, Toonie taking his time. Patience is super important. You're going to see a lot of that with pro players. Right here, Toonie could go for a play. He's going to get healed back by Bobby. Look at the patience by Bobby, waiting for the exact moment when Toonie is low so that he can fully utilize that heal and rewarding him and his teammate for a goal.
There it is. I mean, talk about the patience, as you mentioned. Very, very nice. One for STMN starting things off. I love Bobby right here playing Poco. I mean, it's as you were having a hard time watching anything but the snipes earlier. I just can't help but watch Bobby on these heals and his patience, as you mentioned. Rose is pushing her way to the middle. She's a little bit weak, but she does have that shield. Going down, though.
She got the kill, and that's all she needed. But right here, Bobby's in trouble. Bo's gonna get, he got a super kicking. OG in that perfect position to block that super goal attempt. That was awesome. Well defended by OG. By the way, I love that OG's playing Barley, and Barley's going to be a very good pick here. Barley's one of the best brawlers in the current meta, and the reason why he's such a good brawler against their comp is because he's going to be integral against countering Jessie and her turret, which is a major counter to Poco and Rosa.
Yeah, when you could take Jessie's turret out of the equation, she's just a lot less scary. It's one less thing shooting at you while you're trying to play a game right here. 11 seconds left. Is STMN going to be able to keep the ball away from their goal? We know that Red Button is trying hard, and it looks like they are. Really nice.
Yeah, they decide to corner it, and that's gonna finish it right there.
Yeah, first set going to STMN right there, taking that early advantage. Again, gonna think about some maybe brawler switch ups on this next round coming up. I mean, I personally, I don't know if it's meta or not, Ash, but I like seeing a little bit of Max running around in there, speeding up the team. I mean, is that something we could potentially see, or are you gonna say, Echo, that's not the brawler?
No, for sure. For sure. Max is one of the best brawlers right now in the current meta. Top 5 in the game, most pros would say. And you can definitely expect her in the next game. Like, I'd say highly probable. And one of the things about Poco tank comps is like it's a counter. It's more of like a surprise kind of pick. You don't really want to run Poco tank 2 games in a row. Maybe you can go for reverse psychology, but it can definitely be countered by brawlers like Ems. Ems is an amazing counter.
Okay, yeah, that sounds cool. All right, well, we'll see. I mean, are they going to go with the change up like they're anticipating, or are they going to go with another Poco? I think my prediction is that we may be seeing a little bit of a Max going forward, but I mean, who am I to say, right? I'm not one of the pro players playing right now. I mean, how are you feeling if you're the other team right now, if you're Red Button?
Man, I'm still gonna feel confident because that was a pretty intense game right there. It came down to the wire at the end. The Rosa just barely had enough to make an aggressive push with Poco to score there. So if I'm Red Button, still, I feel confident, would not let this get to me. Just got to win the next 2, win the set, tie it up, right? That should be your mindset.
Yeah, it's not too far out of reach just yet, and I mean, I don't know. This is Brawl Ball. What goes down, Ash, if we run into, a tie? Ties can happen inside of Brawl Ball. What do we do at that point?
Man, yeah, ties can happen for sure. Just means we're gonna have to, prolong the game.
All right,
here we go.
Sounds good. And here we do go. And yep, it looks like we have a Ruffs in here with that new skin. A Mortis as well, which is my least favorite brawler to go against. And well, what do you think of this matchup? I mean, how's the matchup looking to you?
I'd say that's very ballsy of Ben to go Mortis here, but he's killing it, getting some really nice shots. And Bobo can just simply walk this in. Yep, he's gonna do it. The Mortis pick, super surprising, but it's going to work out for them because Mortis does counter Barley. As you can see, Bobby changing up his sides, he's changing his lane to the other side because he does not want to deal with the Mortis.
Yeah, Mortis's ability to quickly move around the map just really is crazy. But right now, Poco's just trying to stay alive as Nito is, winning that battle against him. Bear's going through the tank and waiting on Bobby to come back, and now it's that time.
Yeah, so Bobby's got to make a decision. Does he, push up the ball right here? They did get the kill on Mortis. So right now, Tuni's just working on getting his super. Bobby's going to grab that boost. And now STMN can make their way, work on getting a push. They're not going to rush anything. As you can see, pros, they never rush. They're going to wait for OG. Right here, Tuni's going to drop his bear, and now they're working for it. And that could equate to a goal. He's going to pass to OG, and that's definitely a walk.
Wow, nice pass, too. I like the ability the willingness to give up the ball to get that score. Really nice job, and I really love the patience that you're talking about as well. Let's see, we're tied. We're STMN 1-0 so far, 1-1 in this set itself. Mortis with those bats. What's he gonna do?
Easy kill on the Barley, and then Mortis. OG, is he gonna corner it? He's gonna push it up. Okay. And then Tuni, he did get the booster. So Tuni's right now just working on trying to get his Nita bear, because that bear is going to be very important in countering both the Stu and Mortis.
Yeah, plus give you a little bit of protection as that bear takes lead, correct?
Right, so right there, the bear, very well placed. He might activate his gadget to provide additional shields for the bear. Bear's going to look at that. He's going to push the Mortis and Poco back. Look at that bear doing work.
Yeah, I love brawlers that spawn something inside of the game, whether it be a turret or a bear, just throwing something else in the battlefield that you have to deal with.
Exactly. Again, the bear, as you can see, just distracting the enemy, and now it's going to give Tuni an amazing goal opportunity right there. That was awesome. Look at that. Tuni star player. I think a lot of it has to do with that bear, right?
That bear is the MVP of that round. So that's STMN right there, taking 2 in Brawl Ball. Wow. That was quicker than we anticipated.
That was a quick turnaround because Red Button, they got the quick goal, right, at the start. And you're like, yeah, I know Red Button's got this. They got Mortis to counter Barley. But then STMN all of a sudden starting to ramp up, getting the boost from Ruffs, getting those bears from Nita, and that just made things much harder in the late game for Red Button.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you one thing. I've learned that patience helps, but it looks like we are about to go onto a quick break, and then we will be right back for some more Brawl Stars with you guys. See you back in a second. And we're
All
backing
right.
right into it here, Ash. What's so exciting about this round right now?
All right, so we've got Hot Zone Split, one of my favorite maps. And we got 2D running Rico. Rico's an amazing brawler, probably the best brawler to use on this map. But on the other side, we got Red Button running Poco double tanks. Something you don't really see often on this map, but they're in full control. Look at that. Already got 44%. STMN struggling. They finally got a percentage right there with Fabi on the right.
I mean, yeah, I can see a huge value in using Rico right here, plus having a thrower of some sort as well with the way the wall is all set up. But as you said, yeah, STMN with the initial struggle, 58%. Now, percentage, is it the same as in the last game mode where you can't really just look at that, where you have to also look at positioning, or is percentage a lot more important here?
Percentage here is definitely a lot more important, but also you got to look at control over the two zones. We got STMN in control over the right. We got Real Canadian in control over the left zone, right? But in the bigger picture, Red Button is at a dominant lead, 94% to 51. All they need to do right now is basically get a few... Yeah, 99. Yeah. This is game. This is in the bag for Red Button. All they got to do basically right now, just stand on the right zone and they win the game.
Yeah, but that's exactly what they need, because as you can see, STMN is already up 2 sets right now. So the Red Button has no choice but to come through and start making some moves.
Man. They might actually be able to make like the comeback of the century right now. Like all they gotta do is just prevent them from getting into that zone. Boba's gonna walk into, oh my
God.
Jackie's gonna try to win. Oh wow. Just barely got there. It's just like
Jackie just eating every shot, just trying to just step inside of that ring and get that last percentage. Well, that was close. I mean, now we're talking right here how things could definitely switch up. You can't, Ash, someone told me this before, you can't ever count out a team, even if it's down to 1%. I believe that was you.
I've seen reverse sweeps happen so often in competitive between some of the best teams. It's not uncommon at all. So no, you never know. This could be a reverse sweep by Red Button.
It could be. Well, Red Button's up 1-0 right now. Let's see if they can come through, pull another one in, because they do need to start catching up if they want to stay in this event.
Right, well played by Toonie taking out the Frank. This time both teams running Frank. Frank is a really good brawler on this map. I love that, STMN decided to go with it. They're thinking, Frank is one of the best brawlers to counter Poco tank compositions. So OG doing a really good job with it on the left side. They're probably gonna trade blows, but OG's gonna win that exchange, having more health there.
Yeah, my eyes are drawn over there watching Frankie versus Frankie, and OG definitely did get the advantage over there. STMN trying their best. They don't want to give this up right now to Red Button. They want to keep that lead that they have.
This is the funniest matchup ever. Poco versus Poco on the right, Frank versus Frank on the left. It's gonna take forever for them to get kills. So look at the score, 68% to 72. STMN not in the lead though. Red Button, they've taken the left zone. Nice super by Bobo, but unfortunately, OG's gonna counter it with his own gadget. Another super coming in by Bobo. Toonie with the super, wow.
Ooh. Yeah, but STMN right now, they just cleared everything, and we could see a swap here. We could see a swap in percentages. Oh man, Frankie's going ham over there.
He got Bobby. Is he gonna be able to? No, he's not. Oh my goodness, this is so close right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 1v3 right here, but STMN gaining control. Look at that Rico all by himself over there.
Right, if that Rico just stays there, it's gonna be game. STM's gonna take it. They're taking it because that Rico full control over the right.
Wow, 96% to 100%. Now we have 1 set to 1 set. The next one is going to be the winner here, and depending on who that is, that matters what's going to be happening.
If STMN takes the next game, they are advancing to the next stage, the qualifiers. They're gonna, if they can take it. However, it's not over yet for Red Button. Of course, all they gotta do right now is just win this next game to take the set, and then maybe take the next set, tie it up. You never know. Reverse comebacks are always possible in these sorts of competitions.
Yep, so we have 1 round to 1 round right here. It's going to take 1 more round to determine who is going to win this entire set. And if the set goes to STMN, they're going to be taking it away, and we won't be seeing another game mode. What they're doing right now, they're preparing, they're figuring out what they need to do, because this is really everything, all or nothing right now for Red Button. They need to win.
Yeah, Brawl Stars is all about rhythm, man. If you can just take the win, win the set, you and your teammates are gonna have a lot of confidence, and you can definitely make reverse comebacks. It's about that rhythm. You just gotta get a single win. Your mindset is just let's just win the next game, take the win, and then take control over the matchup.
So Brawl Stars is now a mental game as well as having to master brawlers, maps, game modes, and all these things. It's that you have to have control of your mind. Kind of 100%. Like all competitive esports, right? All right, let's jump in and see this final round, a very important round, especially for Red Button if they want to stay in it.
Yep, looks like STM is going to stay with their comp. They're comfortable with the Poco double tank. Tuni definitely has the matchup that he wants here on the left against Ems. You don't want Ems against your Poco tank comp. So looking like a good initial push right here by STMN.
Yeah, what we're seeing here is we're actually seeing Poco healing up Frank the way it's supposed to work out this time around.
Yeah.
This round.
Red Button definitely got the upper hand right there. They won the Poco Frank matchup on the right side. Look at OG dodge the Frank super. OG is trying to make his way, trying to keep his distance away from RC. RC just glued to OG, preventing him from getting a good super on him. Yeah,
we do have Ems all over there by herself, about to have an encounter with Rico, but now we also have STMN starting to gain a little bit of control themselves. Ems with that super as well.
Yeah, Tuni just had a really hard time right there against the Ems. Ems was juking Rico really well, and now all Red Button needs to do is just secure the right side, and they have this game in the bag. They will definitely take it right now with just 5 more percentage points here.
Yeah, it's very close, but there it is.
Ooh, and there we go.
It is.
Red Button taking the set, and that's what I said. It's all about gaining momentum, right? They've taken this game.
Yeah, I mean, that set's done. Inverum has to come back. We need to see what he thinks of Hot Zone. I mean, Inverum, what did you think? I mean, that was a little bit of back and forth.
Look, the name is Red Button, which implies that there's something explosive going on with this team. It's a tacit implication, but something explosive like that is not going to get 3-0'd. Not at this point, because you're absolutely right. They were back against the wall with that final round. They lose that, they're knocked down to the lower bracket. They lose that, and STMN Esports advances on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. That's what was on the line with this final round, which means that now Red Button can take a little bit of a breath. You can take a little bit of a breather. Yep, exactly, Echo. In and out. Talk about rhythm mash. It's so critical, so important. They get to try and settle down the rhythm, the pound and heartbeat right now, because I know I'd be a little bit, the palms a little bit sweaty after that one with how intense that was. Because now we get to start back again with the best of 3 in the next game mode. We get to start back not from 0, Ash, but at least a little bit of a reset.
Definitely. Like, if I'm Red Button right now, I'm confident, right? We just got the game. We've got momentum in our hands, right? But if I'm STMN, I'm still in the lead. I'm 2-1. I just need one more game, not change things up. Don't panic. Don't get into that, panic mode. And Red Button, just ride that momentum, get into that groove, and just continue doing, just be confident, because you could have had the Siege game. You could have had the Brawl Ball game. Like, those are really close games.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be having some bounty next as well, which is one of my favorite game modes. I mean, this is all about the kills. So keeping yourself safe, getting those kills, building up those stars, and we're going to be going into round 1 of set 4. If STMN takes this one, then they're going to be moving forward and knocking Red Button down. So it's do or die for Red Button right now, and STMN trying to bring home this victory. And Verum, this is exciting, man. Are you enjoying yourself just sitting back and watching this gameplay?
I mean, yes and no. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch. I want to be cast in this, man. This is fun. This is so much. There's so much back and forth action with this, and I just, again, watching the way these teams move, it's like watching the tides going in and out. The second that there's a little bit of give and take, the push and pull, the second one team you think has an advantage in one direction, one super, can come in, and all of a sudden everything's reset. One good play, one key body block, and suddenly a trade doesn't go the way the teams expect. You saw it there on the other side, the way the Poco healing was able to come through and help negate some of the pressure that was being put onto that right side. The second, I mean, and it's so interesting too, because some of the difference makers there was in the first game, we saw Bobby on like a super big playmaking brawler. We saw Bobby able to step up and get those kills. Like, okay, that's cool. And then things changed a little bit, and suddenly playing a little more support, maybe not having quite as much luck, quite as much success. I want to see, again, especially going into Bounty, I want to see all the focus on the eliminations, Ash. Big smile on your face. That's for a reason.
Definitely, yeah. Bounty is one of my favorite game modes. Can't wait to see this matchup here.
Yeah, I mean, this is really going to put to the test who has the ability to kill, right? What are the brawlers that we're going to be seeing in Bounty? I mean, I guess it's map dependent, of course, but what brawlers are you anticipating seeing right here?
Well, Piper's one of the best brawlers in Bounty. You're definitely going to see throwers like Sprout and Tick often, unless, of course, if they ban those brawlers. You might see Stu here and there. Byron is really strong. Nani's one of the best brawlers in Bounty as well. And you can also see, you might see Mortis as a counter pick. So those are like common brawlers that you might see in Bounty.
All right, and Varum, go have a rest as we get into this round right here. And look at this, we are seeing a Piper. We also are seeing a Tick, a Nani, and another Piper on the other side. And I see a Snowman running around, Ash.
Yeah, definitely. These are common meta brawlers in this map. I really like the Mr. P choice here. Mr. P does counter Piper and Nani very effectively. Once Toonie gets his super, though, he's got to get that super. And once he does it, STM's going to be in really good hands. Yeah,
I agree with that very much. And there we go. And
there we go.
Yep, exactly. But Bobby, he's doing what we were just talking about, how he does it best, and he plays from at range. He's sitting with the 4 stars above head, Toonie with 3. And, well, 7-0 right now, starting out in favor of STMN. But it's early. There's a minute left in this, and they're just kind of hiding out behind walls, Ash.
Right, yeah, definitely. STMN looking really good. Now, the best thing is they got Mr. P's Porter on the right side against the Piper and Nani, and that's just going to continually distract Ben and Toonie. So what Bobo needs to do right now is he needs to switch to the other side, take out that Porter over the wall, but he's not doing so. So it's going to be super, super difficult for Redvine to regain control here.
Yeah, and I mean, what we're looking at here is a 2 thrower, 1 sniper versus 2 sniper, 1 thrower matchup. And I think you got it right there. Mr. P is actually the game changer here because of the spam he's sending out.
Definitely. It's just making it easier for his teammates, making it easier for Bobby. Every time you see that, like the Porter coming in, they got to react to it. They got to shoot that, and that allows Bobby to then focus on that. And as you can see, just making it easy for Bobby. Same with OG, just to support. Toonie and OG have been amazing as supporters whenever Bobby is a Piper.
Yeah, I mean, what we're looking at right now is pretty incredible if you ask me, because Ash, I think I just jinxed it, because I was just going to say they did not take 1 death that entire round until I say something. I should know better.
We won't count that. It was like split second. It didn't even matter.
Yeah, it wasn't a full second. But STMN taking the early lead of that round. And, well, 1 more round. Yep. It's STMN moving on.
Again, they just need one more. Can they do it?
How do you counter that? How do you counter that Mr. P spawn?
All right, so Mr. P, Tick, Piper, like I said, a great counter pick would be Mortis. And we know Ben loves that Mortis. Like, he played it in the Brawl Ball. So I would not be surprised to see him run Mortis in the next game here as a counter pick.
Now, that's assuming that STMN is going to come with Mr. P again. They could possibly anticipate that change. And what would a counter beat a Mortis if that was what they're anticipating?
Right. So one thing we know about STMN is they got a lot of tricks up their sleeves. I would not be surprised if they run something like a Max with maybe, like a Poco, Max, healer composition, something unconventional, but is definitely going to work. I would not be surprised to see that.
I mean, it's a lot of fun to watch these matches, but it's also fun for me to ask you what you're anticipating and see how the thought process works from the players that are jumping on in. I mean, we're going to see in a few seconds as we get into round number 2. And why don't we jump in and take a peek right now?
Okay, here we go.
All right. Oh, look at this.
Toonie.
Yeah, Toonie with the Mortis.
And then
And the
both teams
Poco.
running Poco. Wow, Poco, BB, Mortis. I love it. This is gonna be interesting because the best way to win in this matchup is you gotta have Mortis targeting the enemy Poco, but it's gonna be tough. Both teams are gonna be playing it very safe. As you can see, look at Toonie and look at Ben, both targeting the Poco. You see that, right?
Yeah, but
He went
Tooney's
for the
right.
Poco.
Oh, wow. Close range
Nice.
battle this time around.
Wow. Luckily for STMN, they got the final kill right there after Ben was carrying 3 stars. So when they got the kill on Ben, they took the lead. They actually got the 3 stars. But again, look at Toonie. Is he going to be focused on the Poco? He is going to try to focus on that Poco. Some supers coming in. Red button with the upper hand.
Oh man, I just see bats flying all over the place, Ash. Run away from the bats. But all right, yeah, we do have red button with the upper hand, big time right here. A minute left in the match, and it's too early to change things, especially because stars quickly can change when you start taking out those brawlers with the most stars over their heads.
Yeah, and again, Toonie playing it magnificently right now with this Mortis, but is not going to be able to stop that push.
Oh,
Red button in control. Another kill by Ben. In a matchup like this,
Wow.
it's hard to keep track of what's going on, but the main thing you want to keep in mind is the Mortis. The Mortis is integral here for both of these teams. It's the Mortis plays that are going to win you the game, and it's always the Mortis that's going to target the Poco.
Ash, I have a hard enough time keeping track on what's going on in a regular match, so this is nearly impossible. But now I'm staring at the Mortis because, as you said, that is the game changer. 7-15 though right now.
It's not
Poco
over.
needs to stay back and needs to stay safe. But you're
All
right.
Toonie needs to do is he just got to get a team wipe. It's not easy, but he can definitely do it here. Taking his time.
Oh.
Patience. He's got to get it. He's got to get the super. He's just not going to be
Oh.
able to because of the heal. Just too much heal going on.
That's why I love healers inside of Brawl Stars. Poco, other healers as well, just being able to rejuvenate life into brawlers that you're anticipating are going to be down, holding on, but it was very close in that one.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you never know. They can run unconventional comps, but also Red Button had the same idea. They also went unconventional. They didn't stick with the same comp. They didn't switch to something standard. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm anticipating now. Those were both like wild picks, so we could see anything next round. I don't expect to see the same matchup, especially for STMN, being that they really didn't take it in. But what are you pointing at me for? What do you have? What are you thinking?
I feel like one of the teams is gonna stick with the Poco Mortis BB comp.
Really?
I feel like because there's also the mentality. Remember the reverse psychology in this game. You gotta sometimes you gotta think one step ahead. Are they gonna run a counter to Poco Tang? Maybe they're not gonna expect us to run the same comp twice, right? Because we just switched. So you never know. There's a lot of mind games going on. That's what I love about competitive Brawl Stars.
Yeah, I love it as well, and we're going to be going into round 3 very shortly, and it's do or die for Red Button, and STMN, they want to get the victory so they can just put Red Button out of their sight. They don't want to have to worry about them anymore, especially because the matches have been getting tighter and tighter. We're in set number 4, and we're going into round 3 of set 4 to clarify that for everyone. And if it does go to Red Button, we are going to go to the final set, the final game mode, which round or set number 5. So
One win from STMN and they move on to the next stage.
One win, that's all it is. STMN has to, they know that. They know what's going on. Let's see how they go. Oh, another Mortis. Look at this. STMN is sticking with the Mortis, but they brought in a Colette.
But this time we have Bobby going with Mortis, and then we have Toonie going with Colette. Colette is an excellent counter to Poco Tang. So I love the pick. Toonie's gonna do. Toonie can definitely take advantage here and definitely dominate because none of those brawlers are best at dealing against Colette. Colette was an excellent choice.
Yeah, well, we're going to see if Toonie's able to execute with that Colette. I mean, what I'm looking at more here, it's like more and more like a chess match, really strategizing your next play, how you're going to play together as a team, and even switching up the brawlers that your teammates are using. But right now, I mean, we have Red Button still in the lead, 5-9, very early on in the match, though.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so unfortunate for OG. He was one shot away from taking out Ben and taking the tie 9-9. Right here, Toonie does have his super. All he needs is 2 hits and a super to get a kill with his Colette.
Yeah,
On the
he
left
knows
side,
it
we
as well.
see Yeah, on the left side, we see Bobby being patient, waiting for the right moment when enemies are distracted, when they're low on ammo, and that's when he's going to strike with Mortis here.
There is a lot
Nice
going
play.
on right there, but still no. Oh, there we go. 2 more for STMN.
Right, but Ben is going to stay, he's going to stay alive right there with this Mortis. 14 and 2-7, looking really good for Red Button. Ben has been playing Mortis magnificently.
Wow. Yeah, this is impressive Mortis play for sure. I got to say, I like the skin as well. But look at that. He's got the 5 stars above the head. Just still going in there, getting some damage. And there he goes down 12 to 14, 12 to 16. Oh my
Red
gosh.
Button's still in the lead though. Ben's going to finish it right there with the Mortis at the end, having that immunity.
The taunt with that as well. And the bats to clear things up. 14 to 24. Red Button hangs on, Ash. They hang on, and they're going to be pushing into another set, into set number 5. And Verum, come on back, and let's talk about what just happened. What are your thoughts, man?
I have so many. Oh my goodness. I think Ash really hit the nail on the head. The end of the mind games here. So even as somebody who's more peripherally knowledgeable on Brawl Stars, it was very interesting to see how it started off. So STMN looked incredibly comfortable with having Bobby on that Piper, that long-range sniper, just destructive. And knowing that, the counterplay came in from Red Button with the double tank support, the healer. But then, of course, you saw the opposing team do that as well, and then they lost on that one. So then the question comes in, and you touched on this, Ash. Where do you go next? Because that tank support combo will beat. When you can just rush onto the sniper, you can get on top of the back line, you can wreck them. It's easy peasy. That's not an option that you go back to. So you bring out the Colette to try and counter that, but they just couldn't execute it. And the biggest thing that I'm noticing here is that when Bobby is not on the playmaking, quote unquote, the playmaking brawler, they don't win. When he is put on a support or the tank, quote unquote, when he's not playing one of those longer range brawlers where he can hit the shots, make those count, butter them up, soften them up for the team, even if somebody goes in with, say, the Mortis and is able to finish up the kills, not having Bobby there to hit the long range shots, to soften them up, they don't win. Every single round. That has been the consistent factor. I don't feel like I'm crazy, Ash. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. You're right at all. And it all comes down to, like, the brawlers that you're most comfortable with. So, no, Bobby, yeah, definitely, like, he's your sharpshooter, right? He's your Piper player. He's your he plays those brawlers that are, what we call, like, having carrying potential, high carrying potential brawlers that have high weight in terms of, like, getting kills, making plays to get the lead. So, he's comfortable with those types of brawlers. So I can, definitely see why, when he's not playing those types of brawlers, they kind of tend to struggle, right?
I mean, Bobby's the win condition. That's what we're talking about right here. He is their win condition. I know, it sounds horrible. The other players are probably like, what are they talking about?
Look,
it's not all about Bobby.
I'm just saying, it's the collective effort, all right?
It's definitely collective
True.
effort, yes.
Yeah,
and
I
we
know,
saw, like, they stick with the Poco Mortis comp, right? They didn't revert back. They didn't,
I think, to be fair, though, I think they would have been countered. I think they would have lost outright if they'd done that. So I think that was still the right
definitely.
call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did the right thing, but I mean, we're going to be going on to set number 5 as well, and it's going to be Heist on Safe Zone. So, from the play we've seen so far, Ash, I mean, are we seeing? Well, I guess I'm hearing that the game is ready. So, in Verum, we're going to say goodbye to you and jump right into the game. We're not going to get your predictions right now, but look we have Bobby as Piper. If Verum is correct, they're going to win this entire round. We're going to see.
All right, so Bobby going with Piper, one of his specialties. Safe Zone is the map here, and in this map, it can be very back and forth game. In this map right here for Safe Zone, control is super important. Getting a single kill is extremely important. It allows your team to move up. And right there, as you can see, Bobby with the snipe, Toonie with the super, and that's going to be an amazing super because it's going to deal a lot of damage. Bobby's going to go down, and no, he's not going to. He's going to jump back to safety. Well played.
I love that Toonie super on the safe. That was a really nice play. You just keep chipping away at it while defending your safe at the same time. That is definitely clutch. I love it.
Yeah, Colette's the most dangerous brawler. He's not gonna. Is he gonna teleport? No. Yeah, he is gonna teleport.
But he's taking
He's gonna teleport to the bottom left. He's gonna get double teamed though. That was very well played by Real Canadian though. What it did right there is it forced STMN to double team and allowed his teammates to push up. So that was a clever play by Real Canadian.
I'll tell you, I like OG playing Byron right now. You know, having that heal ability plus having the range as well. I'm a fan of Byron. I mean, you being a Piper fan, I mean, how does Byron fit into this setup?
Yeah, Byron is another long-range brawler. He actually has a little more range than a Piper, so you can even classify him as a sniper and healer. And like I said before, in this type of map, control is so important. Not dying is extremely important, and so having a healer support like Byron is very, very essential.
I'm seeing Nani with that teleport time and time again, but getting crushed as soon as Nani makes its way to the other side of the map. And I mean, 34% left on red button safe right now.
Yeah. I just don't like Bobo's pick with Spike on this map. Like, Carball Spike is great, but one of the things Spike struggles against are long-range brawlers. He just doesn't have the range to deal with Colette, Byron, or Piper. Same with Crow. Crow's a great brawler, but again, in this map, sharpshooters are the brawlers that dominate. And having Crow and Spike, I don't know. I just don't like Red Button's choice here. And so STMN with a dominant game, dominant performance.
I'll tell you what. I love seeing Toonie use that super and smash into that safe every time. And you could just tell, build up that super, hit into the safe, stay back, don't die, continue, rinse and repeat, and continuously chip away at the safe. You don't need to take it down in one big push. Chipping away seems to be the strategy here.
Definitely. Colette's a monster. Probably the best brawler for heist, especially in open maps like Safe Zone, Kaboom Canyon. Her shield, that 20% damage reduction shield with her star power, and then one super from Colette, she can immediately deal around 12.8% damage, around there if my math's correct. 5,600 damage on the high save. Just an immense, super powerful brawler, hard to deal with.
Ash, I love your brain and how you just have these numbers ready to go, you are such great support to me. Thank you so much. I mean, you literally know every single number about Brawl Stars. So we're going into another round.
Every single number.
Well, pretty darn close. It's what you've been displaying so far. But we're going in. I mean, Red Button, if they lose this next round, it's over, right? They're going to be going down to the lower bracket, and STMN is going to continue on forward. So they need to keep it alive. And I mean, this has gone to five different rounds, 5 different game modes. Exciting. We didn't know if we were going to get here, and we have.
Right, definitely. Red Button, if I'm Red Button, will not panic. Just need 2 more games. 2 more games. Forget about that loss, right? Just pretend that never happened. Forget about it. Just focus on the next 2 games here.
And you've said that multiple times, don't panic. You seem very relaxed yourself, and I know that you played at competitive levels as well, so I guess
I'm hoping they're listening to me. I'm hoping they're watching and listening to my advice here. That's what got them to, like, hopefully to the final stage.
STMN with the same lineup, and we have a mirror lineup now. It looks like Red Button took some suggestions from the last round. Let's see if they can play it better, or if STMN is going to move on forward.
Yeah, I really like the choice to go mirror composition, but OG and Bobby, amazing teamwork right there, double teaming the Colette to take her out. Bobby's going to open up that right side, and that's going to be very big because that's going to allow him to easily shoot the enemies on the right side and not have a wall block him. If you're playing Piper, you gotta have open map, so breaking up walls is always beneficial.
Yeah, I hear that as well, and that's a big part of her super, right? Be able to open those walls.
Are you seeing that? RC doing an amazing job with Byron, keeping Bobo alive. Look at the heal support from RC. He's like, I'm just going to keep healing Bobo. Because Colette, like I said, oh, but he missed his super on the save.
Oh, no.
Wow. That's a little of a choke job, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Bobo's still right there. He's going to get double teamed.
Yeah,
Bobby's starting to heat up. Can he get the final hit? He's going to get it.
He's found his target, and I love OG right there with those heals on Colette, waiting for Colette.
Right.
Oh, nice kill by Colette as well right there. Bobby getting some shots on the safe, trying to put a little damage on Canadian as well. Both of them, OG and Bobby, taking those shots at Royal Canadian, but not taking him down. Looks like STMN having control of the center of the map.
Yeah, and you can see a key strategy here is the Byron staying next to the Colette, always supporting and healing. Because Colette, remember what I said? She's a monster, one of the best brawlers. She's going to get sniped, and then on the right, Boba's going to use his super with his Colette, looking really good for Red Button here.
Yeah, there's
They got
plenty
the
of
lead.
time left in this match, though. But I'm telling you right now,
Ooh, Bubba's gonna go
STMN
down.
pushed back. Yes, he did go down.
Definitely plenty of time left here. 34 seconds. That's a lifetime in this game. All STMN needs right now is a single push. All they gotta do is get that single push, get just at least 16% to finish the game and not give the enemy team a counter push. Ooh, Bubba's gonna get a super on the save. Tooney decided to use his super because at this point you gotta get control back. You're just running out of time. I don't think STMN is gonna be able to do it.
No, what I'm seeing different from last round to this round is Tooney wasn't able to capitalize on that Colette super as much as he did the last time around. So this is literally going the full rounds, full sets. We are going to the last possible match right now to see who's going to be going further forward, STMN or Red Button. Whoever wins this is moving on, and whoever loses is going down to the lower bracket.
Do you remember set number 3? Who won the first game? STMN won. They won 2 sets, and in the third set, they won the first game. All they needed was one more game to finish that set, and then in the fourth set, they just needed one more game to finish that set. And now in the fifth set, they need that one game, but they just can't get it. Red Button staying alive every single time. Wow.
You're saying STMN has a problem closing the deal. They're not able to just finish it off, but I mean,
Exactly.
they have to now.
Yeah.
It was the way that this has all gone down. I mean, we've had STMN. They won round 1, round 2, then Red Button won round 3 and round 4. We're in round 5. This is
Red Button doesn't give up.
I like that. I like that, man. I mean, not giving up. Having that grit. I mean, it's proven right here that this is this can go all rounds, all 5 different game modes, and that we could be here all night watching some Brawl Stars.
And right now, Red Button is the team in control. They got that win, so they are the team in control right now. Remember I said it's all about rhythm in this game, and having that rhythm is just it's big. It just eats you. It has everyone in your team fully confident in themselves.
Momentum is on their side, right? And a force moving forward. I don't even know how that term goes. You probably do, but they have the momentum. They have the hype on their side right now. But I mean, we're going to the final round, and it seems like they're taking a few extra seconds to figure out compositions. Because are they going to want to switch it up? Are they going to want to go? And I mean, this is something to think of between every single round, Ash.
Yeah, man. If I'm STMN right now, I don't want to feel heartbroken right now, like, oh yeah, we were 1 game away from finishing this, sweeping them, right? It's coming to a potential reverse sweep. I don't want to think about that at all. I just want to focus on this 1 game, finish it right now.
Let's go look at it right now as we're going on in, and we have a tick. Ooh. We have a Piper and 2 throwers and a sniper for STMN, and it looks like the same composition over there for Red Button.
Yeah, this is insane. I did not expect that at all. STMN with their bag of tricks, double thrower against the enemy team. This can definitely be a good game for STMN if they utilize those double throw as well. Look at the position between RC and Colette this time, right? Their Byron and Colette are just so separated from each other and not gonna be able to support each other very well.
I see that as well, but I mean, we can get a lot of damage from these throwers, not having to worry about walls, just throwing a barrage, as Inverum would say, of damage on top of the enemy safe. But I mean, they're each picking away at it right now, and I mean, we are seeing Red Button do a nice job keeping their distance. But as I say that, they all go down when we could have a push towards the safe right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not over for Red Button. If this map opens up, if that Piper, right, starts hitting her shots, if Ben starts hitting his shots, getting supers and opening the map up, it's going to be harder for STMN later on in the game. Bobo's going to use the super. That's going to deal a ton of damage. And Red Button working their way slowly to getting control back.
Yeah, and they're doing a decent job. Colette right now, though, she's taking some damage herself. Ooh. Oh, she can take out that tick, and she does.
They're having a hard time finishing this Colette because look at Real Canadian supporting heal, keeping Bobo alive.
They can't take down Bobo.
They just can't.
Took the whole team to take down Bobo.
Right.
Oh, and Piper with that range shooting down that safe. Ben, solid shots.
OG does have his super. He's going to drop it right here just to use as a meat shield.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a desperation play the way that you're saying it right there, Ash.
It was definitely. So right now, Bobby trying to juke and stay alive here. Oh, nice shot by Ben, taking the kill.
Tooney as well with a beautiful shot. Yep.
Tooney's in a great position right now, right behind this wall, perfectly. Oh, super by Real Canadian. He had just enough damage to take out the Barley. That was a big play right there. Look at OG though. He's getting a lot of damage on the left side with this tick. He's gonna take the lead.
This is huge. 53 to 50% right now.
Oh my goodness.
STMN.
Can they do it? They got finished Bobo, and they're gonna get enough damage for 2 seconds. Oh my goodness! Wow.
STMN able to. We didn't know if they could close it out. We didn't know if they could bring it in, but they did in the last few seconds. And Verum, come on back and join in on this incredible feeling that STMN must be feeling, and that we got to enjoy with them. Man, that was incredible.
It was 53 to 50. And I was preparing this speech in my mind here. I practiced it a little bit. I was like, and this whole time I was praising Bobby, and in the meanwhile, Ben stepping up on the Piper to take it back, clutching victory from the throes of defeat. And then somehow, with 8 seconds left on the clock, STMN finds an opening in the left lane. They push in, they get that additional bit of damage. As we check out the highlights from the series, I want to remind everybody at home, first and foremost, STMN Esports has advanced on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. They will be playing in our league for their shot at $18,000 in first place prizing. I also want to remind the folks at home, that was almost 6-0. We were 1 round away from a 6-0, but we almost saw the reverse sweep. Going the distance, 15 games, Echo, Ash. What a first full match to see here for the ESL Mobile Open play-ins. Ash, I am floored.
Oh man, that was so intense. I've been shaking. I was like, oh man. Like that final game was so back and forth. It was just Red Button taking the lead. Then we got STMN taking the lead, and it came down to that final push. STMN not panicking, and they played so well at the end. They knew that they just needed that one push to finish it and not give the other team any time to go for a counter.
I mean, in all fairness, we saw amazing play out of both sides of these matchups. It was incredible in all the different game modes. And you guys didn't think we would even see all these rounds that we already saw in the first full matchup here tonight. Really, a lot of excitement came through with tons of different brawlers being used, which made me excited as well.
Yeah, big shout out to Red Button. They played so well. That they almost made the reverse comeback happen. They were so close. Amazing team, by the way.
Yeah, and they're not out of it yet because they're going down to the lower bracket, right, Inverum?
That's what I was going to say. They are not done yet. And if I'm a team who's been sitting back and watching the broadcast, I am hoping that I'm not going against this squad. I got to give a huge shout out. Like, all 3 of the players had the individual step up moments. This was that moment there at the end. OG did the damage to push in. Absolutely huge. But RC, the support play in that final match, the first game was a little but that second and third game, absolutely sick. Bobo as well, just always such a consistent factor. And then the quote-unquote carry players and Ben and Bobby were just back and forth at each other's throats all series long. Guys, it doesn't get any better than that. Look, and if you're a player at home, you're watching this and you think, man, I want to get involved in this. Oh my goodness, you can't. So the next ladder starts next week. We're back at from ground zero. We're back at the start, playing from scratch. ! Sign up in the chat if you want to get involved. Get your squad together, get your team together, and sign up here at the ESL Mobile Open. We're going to head to a short break. I'm going to give my casters a break. They have been going for 15 straight games. When we come back, though, our next matchup in the lower bracket. Loser goes home. See you in a few.
All
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open plans for Brawl Stars. I'm your host, Paul and Verum Toddkill, and we just got our two first matches out of the way. Our first two teams qualified on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. And the second match, Red Button STMN Esports, one game away from being a quick and clean 3-0, but instead it was a bloodbath all the way to game 15. What a way to start the day off here for our plans. And this means now that I absolutely needed to get one of the players from STMN Esports here on the broadcast. I've got Alec to chat with a little bit. Alec, how are you feeling? First of all, STMN Esports, the whole organization, how are you feeling knowing you just qualified for the ESL Mobile Challenge?
We're feeling pretty good that we qualified, but it's mostly relief because we had him on match point like 3 times and we kept choking, but luckily finally pulled out in the end. So we're feeling pretty good about that.
Look, choking, your words, not mine. No, you got there in the end. You got there in the end. So, and one of the things I really noticed was, and I got to give props to your opponents in Red Button here. They were doing a great job of finding these counter comps to sort of disrupt the game plan that you guys were doing. Obviously, you're coming in here as a sub. How involved are you as well? And the whole team, is it a collaborative process to pick the brawlers? How does that work exactly?
Yeah, it's definitely collaborative. I would say like I'm kind of like the main like comp picker, if that makes sense. So like I kind of in charge of picking the comps most of the time. But the maps we actually played, they're not actually like normal competitive maps compared to like what we're used to. So neither team kind of had practice, and it's just kind of like a blind pick. So we're just kind of like guessing kind of. So sometimes you can get counter comped or you counter comp them. So it's a little tricky sometimes, but I think we did all right on the comps. Definitely could improve though.
I mean, again, it's one of those things where the mind games are very much real. And it's, again, a little bit of a different environment here. So it's awesome to see how this is continuing to develop. My last question, just sort of talk to me a little bit about the history of the team, where you guys come from, and then how excited are you guys to continue moving on into the ESL Mobile Challenge?
We have kind of a deep history within the game. Like Bobby OG and I have been competing since for over 3 years. And we brought on Toonie this year. And we're feeling pretty good that we're moving on in the ESL Mobile Challenge. Really looking forward to competing in a few months. And yeah,
it's going to be
really excited going forward.
Absolutely. I mean, again, if all your matches are like this, definitely going to be a fan favorite, to say the least. But that's really it. We got a lot of games in store for us here. I really appreciate you stopping by and chatting. Any quick shout outs before we say goodbye?
Just going to shout out my teammates. They're all pretty good players. Bobby, OG, Toonie. I also like to shout out the lab. They know who they are. And yeah, thanks for having me on. And appreciate you guys putting on this tournament.
Awesome. Gotta get the shout outs in. And thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Go celebrate with your squad. Go take it easy. Have a great night. Look, deep history in the game, and it shows here as I welcome back Echo and Ash. Those guys, so close. Like other teams, Ash, they might have crumbled under the pressure of being that close to victory that many times.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just coming down to the wire right there. It's tough in that situation. Nerves are there, right? All of these guys pretty nervous, but that's one of the advantages of playing with a team that you've been playing for years. Like these guys have been playing for over 3 years, right? Ever since even beta, they've been competing together. So just having that synergy together, it comes in handy in these situations, right? Like the final game moments, you're just not gonna feel, you're not gonna question your teammates. You're confident in them. You have that synergy with them. It's valuable.
Yeah, and that goes with many different games as well. And it's nice to see the tie-in here with Brawl Stars and other games that we're watching here in the ESL Mobile Open as well. I just think it was so great how humble he was. He has pretty good players on his team. I noticed that.
I noticed that. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
That's pretty good. They're pretty good here. As we can see, Team 00 STMN Esports, they've advanced on. We're not going to play our grand final matches here. Those aren't super important, as is all about top 4 qualification. Tribe Gaming, of course, qualified in through from being number 1 in the bracket. Those 2 teams have joined them, but only one squad from down here in the lower bracket can advance. Will it be Red Button Unbreakers or IX Academy, who have already advanced on? ahead of Aqua. So I imagine our next matchup here has got to be Red Button versus Unbreakers. And oh my goodness, Ash, as we take a look at these game modes, you know Red Button's going to be coming in with a vengeance. They tasted victory and it slipped through their grasp.
Yeah, definitely. And these maps are super interesting. We got Snake Prairie, Double Switch, Olive Branch, Kaboom Canyon, Ring of Fire. A lot of these maps with a lot of bushes. So you're probably going to see a lot of Jean, possibly Terra. Definitely Terra, I would say, like in Snake Prairie, unless if it's like banned. And yeah, really, really great maps.
Yeah, and I mean, Red Button, they want revenge. They're upset that they lost that. And, you know, we're going to have the Unbreakers on their heels for this one.
Absolutely. Red Button, of course, we just saw all these players, showcased them, highlighted them. They're going up against Unbreakers, coming in just inside the top 8, having an opportunity to show up here. Angel U, Nando, and Polisario. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. I'm looking towards RC as well. I really complimented his support play there in that last round, or that last round as well, but the last set on the whole. And I'm curious to see if we see a little bit more of that here. One of the things I really noticed about this squad was how, again, everybody, and we touched on this from the start, was able to play a ton of different roles. They're going to need to be flexible here as they get into our first matchup. Lads, take it away.
Yeah, coming in right now already. And, okay, we're seeing the bow. You have to have bow so you can see in the grass, Ash. The composition is looking the way you want to see them.
Yeah, and as you can see, RC with that support role again with the healer. He loves support brawlers. Poco, Byron, those are his brawlers. Looking good for them. They do have the lead.
I mean, you know your gameplay. You know what you're best at, and it looks like RC with Poco is where it's at right now. But you know, early on in the game, we're gonna see how things go, and I do like seeing that super being used just to clear out a little bit more grass.
I'm not too familiar with the Unbreakers here, the players, but definitely don't want to count them out here. They're doing really well. They're going to go for a push. They got them spawn trap, but look at Real Canadian. Got the heal, preventing his teammates from getting taken down there. Ben's going to trigger a mine, and he's going to go down, but it doesn't really matter because they still have the lead.
Yeah, they do, and that's, you know, it's smart for you. Although you don't know who they are, you can't count them out because we've seen some crazy things happen here in the Mobile Open over the years. In other titles, you never do know who you're playing against. Sometimes you have some unknown gems. What are you seeing? What just excited you, Ash?
Nando just got a really nice kill there, taking it down to 1. Nando's been on a roll with that Piper. One of the biggest things with Piper on this map is if you can open this map up, which is already so open, right? If you can open it up even more, Piper is gonna be a monster to deal with.
So basically, you're saying Piper is the last 1 minute to 30 second of the map player. That's where she's gonna be able to come through and shine.
In this matchup, yes, because at the start, of course, you're just gonna have so many walls, bushes covering all the action, and it's gonna be hard to get good shots. But right here, 10 seconds left. They do have them in the spawn trap. They just gotta get, if they can take out Bobo here, which is gonna be really hard to. Oh my goodness! Wow!
In the last second. In the last second, you called that. My gosh. Okay, Unbreakers taking that set. Wow, in the last second. Bobo just had to hold on 1 more second.
Wow, do you know how that happened? It's because he triggered a bow mine, right as he lost Rosa's super, the shield. Right as he lost the shield, he took a hit from a mine. That's over 2,000 damage, by the way. And then the Piper shot to finish it off on top of that. 7 stars stolen, 15-13 to take the win. Wow.
Wow, set 1 is complete. And I mean, the team that you said you didn't know is going through and taking down Red Button in set number 1. Set number 2 is going to be coming in very soon. And I mean, Bo is a must play on this map.
Yeah, I wouldn't say must because there are definitely other compositions such as like Poco with a Max and Rosa. You might even see that without a bow, like you never know. But yeah, like I said, Piper in that map, once it's open, just like at the end when it was open, it was easier for Nando there with his Piper to get some kills and win the game there.
I mean, you saw the mine. The mine was the pro play right in the last second.
It was. The mines actually did get 2 kills. Remember, it got one earlier, and then it got one at the end.
I do. And we are seeing bows again. I called it right there, Ash. Don't doubt me. Here we go. Coming on in to the second set. And we have Unbreakers. You know, they're feeling good right now. But wow. Yeah.
Wow.
They got
You know
one
what happened
quickly.
right there? Bobo activating his gadget, the unfriendly bushes gadget of Rosa. What it does is it slows you down in the bushes, and that allows for a very easy kill right there by Bobo, and then Real Canadian supporting with the heal. So really good start. But if I'm Unbreakers, you know, I still have a shot here, especially with Ems. Ems is a great counter to Poco Rosa. So I love that pick.
Yeah, I mean, if you love it, I believe you. We'll just put it that way. But I mean, we do have Red Button with that initial advantage, and they're just playing it safe right now. They're kind of getting their supers all charged up, sitting back there. And
Another thing,
I don't know.
Another thing is you can't take your mind off of the Ruffs. The Colonel Ruffs is running a second gadget, second star power. What it does is the longer he stays next to his teammate, that teammate, you see how Nando's just keeps getting more health?
I do.
That's what Ruffs' second star power does. The more you stand, every second you get 30 more health added to your overall health. And so what this means that at the end of the game, at the end, right, like the last 20 seconds, we're gonna expect to see Unbreakers making a final push with a lot of health and possibly winning this game. Like, that's not out of the question here.
So he's basically training up monsters back there, ready to just come through and completely crush
definitely.
Red Button.
Right here, look at Nando. Really nice super with the M's.
Oh my God.
He's gonna get Rosa in the super, but they still need one more kill because Red Button, they have the blue star. So you gotta get one more kill. Look at Nando. He's got them all in the super. 2 seconds. They gotta get the kill. They gotta get the kill, but they couldn't. Oh my goodness, that's a big disappointment right there.
That investment.
If they just had 1 or 2 more seconds, they could have gotten the kill and won that game. That was insane.
Wow, that M super was clutch there, although it wasn't clutch enough for the win. What a great play. Literally pinning them in the quarter. Time saved them that time around. Red Button.
Right.
Wow.
I gotta give it to Unbreakers there. That was a really well, thought out play right there. Just wait for the final moment, like I said, with the Colonel Ruffs, right? The second star power, just building up your health, and then at the end going for that final push to win it. Just not enough time.
No, a draw set in set number 2. Let's get into set number 3 and see if it's gonna be Red Button or Unbreakers this time around. Unbreakers looking pretty impressive so far, Ash.
Again, Red Button with a very strong start. They're going to get a quick kill. Bobo up there. Not sure if he wants to be there because he's going to get double teamed, possibly even triple teamed over there. Did feed them up quite a bit. He's really low, but luckily managed to stay out of range and heal back.
Yep, he totally is, and I like how Red Button they're sticking to. Although we just did lose one of the brawlers over on Red Button. M's doing a nice job, but triggering some mines. Oh, maybe not. No, that was not triggering any mines. I take that back.
Right.
So
again,
we're getting that power again, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you can't undermine that. The Colonel Ruffs, M's, and Bo combo right there. Late game, all they need is one push. Might see it again. Might see that happen again. Maybe they're gonna, perfect it this time, second go around, right?
It could. I mean, they're going with the same strategy. It literally would have worked if they had 2 more seconds, and they are just safe and protected. And it looks like RB Red Button does not know where they are. They literally have no idea.
No, they know where they are. They just can't really do much about it. Like if they make an aggressive push here, they're gonna be on the wrong end because they don't want to get, they don't want to get near them. They don't want to be feeding supers. They don't want to lose one person. They do have the lead, 6-2. That's a 4-star lead, and we can see Nando staying next to Ruffs. He knows that if he can get within the range of that Rosa, he can use his super and catch her with the M super. So you might see that. RC's getting some really nice hits. As long as he keeps Nando low here, they're going to be in a good position. So Nando right here, activate that super. He's going to take out his Piper. Nando's going to use his gadget to push back the Rosa. They just need a 1 kill. They just need it. Can they get it?
It's tied up again.
They got a kill, but it's not over yet. Oh my
God.
They get it. They got it. Oh.
No, we had a tie again.
They got it because they got the Piper. The Piper was carrying the blue star. So Unbreakers win the tiebreaker there because of that clutch kill by Nando at the end, taking the Piper and taking the blue star to win it. Oh my goodness. So that means we have Unbreakers taking the Snake Prairie set. Wow.
Wow, that's incredible. And Varum, come on in here and let's talk about that last set, man.
never easy, guys. Come on.
There's so
I feel
much
like I've
going
aged,
on.
I feel like I've aged years. Back at the beginning of the night when we first started on Brawl Stars, I was a young man, but my heart, every single one of these sets has been a nail biter, has been down to the wire, and it's so great to see. Because again, we talked about momentum. We talked about how upset Red Button must be about getting knocked down to the lower bracket, how they're going to come back with a vengeance, and to an extent they did. But Unbreakers, their sense of timing is so impressive. They know exactly when to bide their time. They know exactly when to look for their push and execute. They are not a team. Sure, they might give up a kill here or there, but when the time comes for them to charge in as a squad, Ash, they are relentless on that attack.
Yeah, definitely. I love this strategy. It's such an amazing strategy, right? Those last 2 games, they were behind and they kept making that comeback at the end. It's all about the final few seconds in Snake Prairie. It doesn't matter whether you have like a comfortable lead. Nothing's comfortable in Snake Prairie when you get spawn trapped at the end, get pushed back all the way into your spawn, and with that final push, it's really dangerous. That combo is so hard to deal with.
Yeah, I love the strategy, and that was 100% about patience. Taking 30 seconds, just hiding out, sticking together, being safe, powering up, creating giants, and then literally going in, as you said, spawn trapping them and just crushing them in the end. That was impressive play.
Just lumbering in from the back line, just deciding when they wanted to step on their opponents, take them out.
That's one of the biggest strategies in Bounty too, is like you want to go for the final push. Now, when you go for that final push, when you take them out, you want to make sure you're not leaving any more time left on the clock to let them respawn back. Because when you're attacking them on their spawn, they're going to respawn back with immunity and might get a, star back to win it. That was very
All
well
right.
played.
And we're jumping into Gem Grab and Verum and enjoy this one. And we finally are getting to see some Max on both sides of the teams here. That's exciting for me. I love Max.
Yeah, double swish is the map here. Very interesting comp choice by Red Button. Going with actually both teams going with M's and Max as their gem carrier. You don't really see Max too often as a gem carrier, so that tells us, most likely these teams have banned Gene. Otherwise, we would definitely be seeing Gene as their mid.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, exactly the same thing. Gene is the go-to mid, but I like Max in this position. Having that speed, although the speed kind of counters each other right here now, huh? When you have it one on each side of the game.
Yeah, it evens things out, but I love that Red Button's running Sandy. Sandy's one of the most dangerous brawlers on this map. Once you get his super and you can conceal your teammates in that sandstorm, but also at the same time with the root sand star power, you can scout the enemies in bushes. One of the best supers. It is the best super in the game, let's be honest. Sandy's got the best super.
Really? See, that's not something that I would have said, but now I've heard it from you, so I can. But look at this, Max. Max right here with 8 gems. We have a good lead right here for Red Button, but that could change any second.
Here we go. Max gonna support with the speed. Now Ben just needs to get his super. If he can get his super, they can be pretty comfortable here. There's the super. He's gonna drop it right at the middle. And it's gonna force the enemy back. Is RC gonna go for the gem? That was kind of risky for him to go there, but he managed to stay alive. He just needs to grab one. There we go. And that should do it as long as his teammates can just alleviate some of the pressure. Yeah,
it looks like they're going to be able to as well. M's coming through with that super, though. 2 seconds.
Be enough.
It is not going to be enough. And looks like Red Button came through, taking that one. Royal Canadian really rocking the Max well there. First time we've seen Max presented here at all tonight and done well with it.
Yeah, Real Canadian is an amazing Max player. He actually holds the North American record for the highest pushed Max. So he pushed it over 2,000 trophies. He used to have the world record, which was just recently broken by a Chinese player.
And now there's records, there's record books for all of this as well. Yeah. My goodness, how those books may be getting thick. Okay, so we're going into round number 2. Are we going to see Max play again? Obviously, you said that most likely Gene has been banned.
Yeah, so I'd say, yeah, for sure you're going to see Max again, especially with the Real Canadian. He's super comfortable with Max. I would not be surprised at all. Max is just an amazing brawler.
All right, and yeah, you called it. We do have Max on both sides, but it looks like Unbreakers brought Spike to the party this time around, and we have Crow from Red Button.
Yeah, I love the Crow choice. Crow is a very underrated brawler. Especially on this map, you can use his ability to poison, and what that does is it allows you to scout the enemy. When a brawler gets targeted by Crow, their position gets revealed, so they know exactly where that ends is right now.
Yeah, and it looks like we have multiple brawlers in this game that can actually reveal position in different ways. And it's a great point with Crow. You may not see them, but you do see where that poison is, and works out really nice. And look at this Max, my God, dominating the center right here.
Right. Like I said, Real Canadian, Max is his brawler.
Yeah, I mean, he's making that very clear. I mean, I'm just in awe watching right now, forgetting that I have to talk about what's going on at the same time. Up to 9 gems, no gems even being held by Unbreakers, and they are spawning the emotes and not happy about it. They have no health. Spike, super weak. Max can shut down Spike if he wants to. That's exactly what goes down, and that is going to be another victory for Red Button. They're going to be bringing in this set. Wow,
Definitely.
That was a quick one. They were angry. They were mad.
Yeah.
They said, we're not going down. We're going to shut them down. Unbreakers are not coming to our house.
Definitely.
And
you can
that's what
see,
went down.
you can see Real Canadian and his Max right there just dominated the opposing Max. And it came down to that, him being the star player of that game, just full control the whole game with his Max in the mid. Got every single gem.
So we're sitting right now at 1 set to 1 set. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back in a second and continue with set number 3.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open. We're here for the play-ins for Brawl Stars. I'm Vera. I'm joined by Echo and Ash as we're about to get underway with set number 3 here in our lower bracket. It's Red Button going up against a squad who I won't even get to talk about it because the match is starting. Never mind, guys. Echo, Ash, take it away. You're lovely people.
Oh, sorry that you got cut off right there. But we are on Siege right here on Olive Branch. And we're seeing more Max out of Royal Canadian, which if I were on the other team, if I were on Unbreakers, I'd be scared. Ash, how's this looking?
It's actually looking very good for Unbreakers here. I love that they double team the right side. And one thing you want to keep in mind with Siege, especially this map, is that the Vulture is just going to spawn, for the first wave, it's going to spawn on the far right and the far left. So already we're seeing Red Button with the initial push, thanks to Real Canadian grabbing that first bolt on the right side.
Oof, look at this. Look at this. Lots of damage.
Yeah, this is going to be a massive, massive push. Oh my goodness. That's game. That's game.
Okay.
Yeah. Unbreakers made a critical error there.
30 seconds? I mean, how long was that? What was the error?
The error was they were too focused on the bot, and you don't. That's like Siege Pro gameplay 101 right there. On defense, you don't leave the barley. They ignored the barley. No one was targeting the barley. They all targeted the bot. When you focus on the bot and you leave the barley at the back shooting over the wall at your turret, you're not gonna win. You gotta deal with the barley first.
Ash shooting out that coaching right now, hoping that the Unbreakers are here and listening because wow, I mean,
yeah,
great points being made. Let's take another quick look at that. It was so quick, we may as well take another peek. See what you're talking about here. Just let us know what you're talking about right here.
Yeah, so look, they're all focused. Their barley's focused on the bot. Their max is focused on the bot. Their barley should be on the opposing barley, trying to keep it back, but this is just too far away. Should not be shooting at a Surge. Surge is not going to do much on offense right there. And Ben just eating away at that Ike just freely, right? No one was targeting him.
All right,
there we go. Next game.
Yeah, we're going into the next round. And I mean, let's see if they're going to make some adjustments over here on the Unbreakers side of things, because man, that was the fastest round that we've seen all day.
Yeah, definitely was. Unbreakers definitely playing a lot better here. They might get the first push. Yeah, they're definitely going to get it. So they got the first push here. And watch Red Button. I feel like Red Button, what they're going to do is they're not going to allow the opposing barley to make such a push. Ben is targeting the bot, which he shouldn't be really doing. He ignored Togi right there with his barley. And so Unbreakers are going to get a really good push. Look at that. 60% already on that first play. So that was very well played by Unbreakers. Not very well defended by Red Button, though.
Yeah, crazy how Barley is the game changer here. But I mean, and also Unbreakers are in the lead with the bolts as well. They're going to be having another push possibly in the next 14 seconds. And that could be the final push of the game.
Yeah, Barley, arguably the most dangerous brawler in Siege. The most dangerous offensive brawler in Siege as well. Just can't let Barley get to your safe. Really nice teleport by Bobo. Unable to finish Nando there. And here we go, Unbreakers with another push. Now it's going to come down to Togi, how well he's able to target their turret using this bot as shield. And he's doing a very good job right there.
Oh, yeah.
They might be able to finish it. Look at Barley. Look at Barley. It's all Barley with the damage to finish the game. 100% to 0.
All Barley. I mean, wow. I mean, it was a total switch. I mean, it wasn't quite as quick as the round before, but man, the dominance right there. And like you said, of the Barley.
The Barley, again, I feel like Red Button now made the mistake this time. Ben, he's a Barley. He should be focused on the opposing Barley. You got to keep that Barley back. You can't let the Barley push up. The bigger threat is the Barley rather than the Siege bot. If you're focused on the Siege bot, you're gonna lose. That's what we just witnessed 2 times in a row here.
Taking notes right here for when I get into my gameplay as well. So we have 1 round to 1 round in this set. The next one is going to take this entire set, and it's coming down to round number 3 that we're going to be getting into soon. But I mean, odds are they're not going to be switching out Barley, Ash. I mean, Barley has been the game changer.
Yeah, the game changer, most important brawler. You got to deal with the Barley first on defense. Whenever you're defending, keep that Barley back. If you don't keep it back, he's just gonna eat away at you, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just that simple.
Barley has been a good brawler since the beginning. Because I remember years ago when I played and I was talking to my team, I was on a team that was a lot better than me, and they said you need to have Barley. I'm still not good with Barley. But
the thing is, Barley got the biggest buff in the recent balance change. He's got a range buff and damage buff. Prior to these buffs, Barley was decent. He was a really good brawler in Siege, and now he's just a complete monster. He's a top 3 brawler in the current meta, actually.
wow, just for Siege or overall?
Overall, he's a top 3 brawler in this meta. So you're going to be seeing Barley a lot more in other game modes as well. Yep.
That's it, kids. Rank up, level up your Barley. That's priority, top 3 in all game modes. Now, my problem
until probably the next balance change, we might see a nerf because Barley's been pretty monstrous right now in the current meta.
Oh, Supercell's listening to you. Let's get into that next round. They're listening to you, and they're gonna make that nerf. Thanks to Ash. All right, we're getting into the final round right now of set number 3. And yep, you're right. We got those 2 ballers up the middle. We got Maxes on opposite sides, and we have a BB on one and a Colonel Ruffs on the other. Which has the advantage?
Yeah. I love the BB choice. BB with batting sense is actually a really good brawler to deal with Barley. So if I'm Bobo, if I'm ever on defense, then I'm going to have BB pushing back than me Barley. So here we go. Red Button, they got the first push. And one thing we've realized whenever a team, they get the first push, they keep getting, next pushes, right? So Ben, look at that really good super. He's going to capitalize on it, get some really good damage with this Barley.
No, but you know what I like seeing? Like, they're watching that robot, and as soon as it's going down, they're starting to back up out of the zone to safety so that they don't die. They don't have to respawn. I love Max right here in the center grabbing those bolts. Real Canadian.
Yeah, definitely. Unbreakers, though, doing a really good job keeping control. As long as Nando doesn't die here. Nice play by Togi to take a real Canadian out right there. This is really close though. It might be a tie here. It is a tie, meaning the next push might win it. So even though Red Button got that first push, they definitely don't want to give Unbreakers the final push because Unbreakers can definitely win it because it's going to be a much stronger push. Look at how many bolts they already have accumulated. 11-5. Unbreakers are looking really good right now.
So you're saying that Unbreakers can completely win this whole round?
Yes.
With this whole set with
unless if they do one thing, if Red Button does one thing, which is eliminate the Barley, if they can eliminate Togi right there, then Red Button can definitely win this. But if they can't take out Togi, keep your eye on Togi. He's the Barley, right? For Unbreakers.
Yep.
If they can't take him out, if they can't control him, then Red Button will lose this game. So let's see it.
Well, I think that Unbreakers knows that as well, and they're going to try their best to keep Barley safe. So what do we have right here? A level 21 Siege bot coming on in, trying to do that damage.
Yeah, oh, but look at Red Button. They're too focused on the bot. It's not what you should be doing. Shouldn't be focusing too much on the bot, because look, now Togi's going to come in safely and deal a massive amount of damage. Is he going to get enough? Oh, he couldn't get it. He just needed one more hit. He needed one more. It's going to be 60% to 54. Wow.
Wow, they did take that bot out really quickly. I mean, even one more strike from the bot could have done a lot more damage. But wow, that was another close round. But it's in the bag. Let's bring back in Varum so that we could talk about who brought in this final set. I mean, we saw Red Button just get it done.
They melted that bot. It was level 21. It was big, red, and angry, and I was like, well, that's gonna be the game right there. And it was a stick of butter in the microwave. It was gone. It was a puddle on the floor. And again, the Barley coming in from Unbreakers, I thought was gonna be able to do enough damage. You called it out, but it was still 6% differential.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to do with Togi just being alone. He was the only brawler. His Barley and the bot, both of his teammates were taken out, so he just didn't have enough support at the end. They were so close. They just needed one more hit on that Ike turret, and they would have taken it.
Yeah, it came down to that one final hit. Sorry, Inver.
No, I got it, because Echo, you made a point, and I'm trying to follow up on your point. You said 30 seconds. I looked back. It was 16 for that first round. It was
16.
A 16-second victory. 1-6. It was basically, it was 15 and change. It was 16 on the clock, but that's absolutely wild. So just goes to show the swinginess of this. I think the back and forth, which is really interesting. So obviously up 2-1 now, are a Red Button, but it's close. I mean, Unbreakers, again, they were a team that came in here and they definitely weren't the favorite after watching how well Red Button did in the upper bracket. But I think if you're a fan of competitive brawl now, Ash, I'll throw this back to you. You cannot count this squad out.
Definitely can't. Yeah, like Man, I haven't heard about, like, to be honest, I haven't really heard about these guys much, but definitely they've been playing so well, and they could have taken like all of these games. All of these games are super close. This set came down to the wire. It was one hit away from winning, and if you recall the bounty game, right? They won by one, like pretty much 1 second, right? At the end, they got the kill, the clutch kill, took the blue star and won. These are super intense and close games.
Well, if you haven't heard of Unbreakers, you heard of them now. I mean, they're basically they're making themselves known. Ash, you will never say that again. No one will say that again. They've been found here, and you know, they're known. We know who they are now. But I mean, this is always exciting, and I love it. First of all, I love lower bracket matchups because if you lose, you're out. It's you know, you have that in your back pocket. You're like, uh-oh, if I lose, I'm going home. We don't want that to happen. So. All right, why don't we get into the next set? And that's going to be over on Heist, looking at Kaboom Canyon, Ash.
Ooh, Kaboom Canyon. Okay, I love this Heist map. Long-range open map. I love that both teams are running Crow. Crow is an excellent brawler on this map. And, of course, Colette is the best brawler. Like you saw in the prior Heist map where Colette was beasting. Well, again, we have Bobo on Colette again.
You know, you say open map, and I expect to see sniper, and we're not exactly seeing that right now. Poco in here,
Well, Nani is technically a sniper. She does have more range than Piper and Byron. Nani actually has the greatest range. So Nani's also a super high skill cap brawler. And the reason Nani is so dangerous on this map is her gadget, which allows her to teleport to the enemy safe. So he can just, right now, RC can just use his super and he can just teleport all the way directly to the enemy safe. And look what he's gonna do right here. He's got the super. Nando took the hit. That was a good play. Even though Nando died, you don't want that Nani to have his super towards your safe, right? So you have to take the hit. So Nando didn't have a choice. He's gonna, he played well there.
I like the Angel U super though being used on the safe as well. I mean, I really like the Colette swipes into that safe. Seems to work out well. Definitely. And you know, I learned that Nani is a girl. I didn't know that, Ash. Thank you. Teaching me more than I expected.
Yeah, Nani is a bot, but she's a female bot.
Yeah. I guess that's a thing. Okay, it's all good. So we're sitting at 90.
Ooh, Angel gonna get another super with Colette.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. I like those Colette swipes.
Yeah, the Colette supers are incredibly dangerous in Heist. Remember what I said? Does about 12.8% with just one super. It's one of the deadliest supers against Heist safe, and that's why you see Colette a lot in Heist.
We got Nani that made his way up there, but Real Canadian needs to retreat. Life is low. Doesn't want to get too close to that crow. That sounds pretty cool.
Even though Red Bun is behind here just by 6%. Look at Real Canadian. He's trying to make that teleport. Oh, got taken out by Nando. Very well played by Nando, and that's gonna do it. Unbreakers are gonna take this game.
Unbreakers are. I mean, they don't want to go down this set, so they're gonna come through, win the round, and man. All right.
Wow, I love that they went Poco. Interesting that they chose to go Poco rather than Byron. Maybe Byron was banned, but Poco was a very interesting choice right there. Just not enough range, but just constantly healing Colette, keeping Colette alive. And that's a key strategy that we've been seeing a lot of. Remember in the in safe zone matchup where Byron just kept healing and keeping Colette alive, and Bobo just kept like he just wouldn't die. Remember? This is a key strategy.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing that role, especially as a Poco, because would Poco really do that much damage to the safe himself? I think it's just a complete support role.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about healing, keeping your Colette alive, knowing that Colette is the most valuable brawler in this map.
Yeah, I agree. So we're going to probably be seeing some more Colette, but will we see Poco coming back yet again? Maybe. I mean... I guess we're going to find out in a few moments. They're probably setting up and figuring out their comps right now. And I mean, I think it's funny how all teams, they have similar thought processes. They all know exactly what brawlers are the best in what situations. And looks like we're getting into the next round right now.
Here we go. Ooh, so they are going to switch Poco for 8-Bit. 8-Bit is an amazing brawler in this map. Has super long range and a lot of power, and of course he has a lot of health. He's kind of like a long range tank. The only downfall is he doesn't really have speed, but once he gets his super with that plugged in star power, he's gonna have that speed.
I love how you say that he doesn't have that speed. I would say he's super slow, and I could barely move with him. He's so slow.
All right.
Oh my God. Yeah, you said it nicely. He doesn't have much speed. But here we go. All right, we're sitting
Real
at
Canadian
80%.
getting some nice hits on that safe with his Nanny. Got 24% down already. That was a nice initial push by Real Canadian. But look at the 8-bit super. It's been placed down.
Yes, it has, and it's pretty safe back there, giving that extra damage, which is gonna hurt.
And look at 8-bit move now. But thanks to Ben's gadget right there, the slowing toxin from Crow, it's gonna slow things down. It's gonna make things easier. But look at Togi just running around thanks to his plugged-in star power now.
Yeah, and I see Nani trying to get that teleport on. Did it make it up there?
RC trying to sneak, and look, he snuck right behind that wall, forcing a double team. Excellent play by RC. He won the 1v1 matchup, and now he's going to constantly chip some more damage on the save, forcing the enemy to triple team him. That was great for Red Button, because that's going to allow his teammates to move up just a bit.
Yeah, they gained a little bit of position on that one, but they had to take out Nani. They couldn't let him sit there, and they couldn't let Royal Canadian sit and chip away at that safe. But man, holding down that position, Unbreakers, it's a good strategy. Now
Red Button's still in the lead though, and I think RC's gonna again employ the same strategy. Try to teleport behind the wall, or even get close to the safe to chip some more damage. Look, he's gonna go behind the wall, forcing another double team.
Oh man,
that's gonna allow Bobo to chip some more damage and allow his other teammate Ben to also make his way. And this constant pressure is what's gonna win Red Button the game here. Look at that super excellent by Bobo.
Yeah, man.
Double super.
Beautiful. That's
beautiful.
Yep, that was the word I was looking for right there. And here we go, Crow sacrificing to watch the safe open up right there. And now we have one round to one round in this set, and it's coming down to the final round right now. And I mean, why not play it out into round 3, make things more exciting, right?
Definitely.
So it's what Red Button seems to like doing.
Right, that teleport with Nanny to go behind the wall and force the enemy to double team you. And in that one instance, they had to triple team, and that's what won them the game. Because when you're forced to double team, right, on defense, when you have two teammates focused on defense, who's doing the offense? No one is, right? So you're that's allowing the enemy, right? That's allowing your team to then push up because no one's guarding you anymore because you have one teammate grabbing all the attention, right?
I agree. I mean, I think that was the plays of the game with those Nani teleports. Whether you got a ton of damage on the safe or not, still
it made it easier for his teammates.
Exactly, to gain that position, and it seemed to work out well. Poco was taken out after the good round. Is Nani going to be staying in? I mean, I think we saw Nani twice.
I'd say, yeah, for sure, because like RC's been killing it with the Nanny. I'd say, yeah, we're going to see Nanny again.
All right, let's go take a look. I believe we're about to go back on into another round, and you guessed it right there. Red Button is up 2-1 set over on Breakers. Winning this one, we are looking at a match point for Red Button.
Yeah, and look at Togi. He reverted back to Poco. It's what worked out for him in that first game. So I love that he, switched back, going back to that Poco that's been working for them. If something works, right, why change it? Why go back? Why go 8-bit, right?
Exactly. I mean, it worked for them when they won, then they lost after they switched it up. So go back. I love the Colette super being used right there to do a damage while they're all together. Getting that. We have another teleport about to happen here.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a teleport, but the good thing is their Crow has super, so the Crow could jump on a Real Canadian, and that's what he did, even though we can't see. But Nando did jump on the Nanny and take him out.
Oh man, look at how slow Colette was after that Crow poison.
Slowing toxin gadget, such a deadly gadget.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, barely can move, and Colette's a quick-moving brawler as well. But look at this. We have Red Button pushed back to their safe right now. Not exactly with the position they're looking for, just hearing Colette throws one after the other.
Man, Poco has been doing wonders for them, keeping his teammates alive. Look at that support, just the heal, the constant heals. Angel's trying to get to a position where he can use his super, but Red Button just not allowing it. Really, really well defended by Red Button here. Nando's gonna win the exchange right there. He's trying to make a decision. Does he go for the defense or does he go for the offense? He's gonna finish off Ben here. RC's pretty low. Be taken out. Look at how close the game is now, though.
I know. I saw
super.
71 to 70, but that's changed right now. Unbreakers taking a little bit of a lead with 40 seconds left. Oh, another super, 45% to 49%. Looks like something's going on up there that we can't see.
Yeah, Real Canadian teleported, but Nando again took him out.
Well, we have Red Button saying we want to end these guys now. They are difficult. We don't want to take it to another round. And
timing is so important right now. You don't want to give the enemy team enough time to make a counter play. Bobo's got his super. Angel's gonna go for it, but it's not over. Bobo can go for the super, and then RC can finish it if he can get enough damage. He just needs one more. He did get it. He got the hit.
But can they defend, though?
That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Yeah, they can. There's just not enough time. Just very well played.
Red Button is a match.
That's gonna do it.
Match win for Red Button. They won. They won the set. That's 3 sets. That's it. Jeez. We have the Unbreakers. They are out, and the Red Button will continue on. And Verum, come on back. Let's talk about it. I know you have things to say. We keep cutting you off. It's your time now.
It's okay. The gameplay is more important. As we look back at the highlights from that match, you're going to see exactly why. Because look, this one was such a showcase of you don't need to be an established name here in the ESL Mobile Open. Any single team can show up on the day and make big plays. These were players that we didn't necessarily know coming into it, but they were able to go toe-to-toe, nail-biter matches time and again. There were a couple blowouts here and there, but Red Button did not take that clean by any means. I have to give so many props to the guys over on Unbreakers. They did a fantastic job in this match, and yes, they're knocked out now, but I want to see them come back on the next split because Ash, these guys had some good fundamentals.
Yeah, super impressed by Unbreakers, man. They played so well. And I think if you're listening to me, Unbreakers, yo, guys, keep going at it. You guys are close. You guys are almost there to the next level. You can become the top team in North America. Just keep striving, guys.
Yeah, especially if they listen to the coaching that Ash was offering throughout the casting session. He was giving great tidbits that could have been game changers. Thank you, Coach Ash. But yeah, I love the enthusiasm that's being given for sure, because honestly, this is all about having fun and really adding to mobile esports as a whole, not just coming through and trying to crush everyone. Of course, we want to win, but I love the sportsmanship I'm hearing from both of you.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, every single one of these teams, these players have put in the time, the effort to develop their skills, and get better, try and solidify a place here in the ESL Mobile Challenge. And hey, not quite done yet for either of these squads, but for Red Button, they've taken that next step. As we take a look at the final moments of this last match, they are able to secure the victory there and advance their way on. It was a nail biter. It was like 31% to 30, or 51% to 50%, 31% to 30%. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then that one kill, the straw that broke the camel's back, the dominoes that started to fall away at the end, open up the pathing there, and just there's so many things I want to say about that match, but we just don't have the time. We got more Brawl Stars in store for all of you. Before we head to a short break, I need to remind you one more time, ladies and gents, put the command in the chat, ! Sign up, get involved next season. You don't have to be an established team. You don't have to be a pro. Anybody can sign up to participate here in North America or all across the globe, in Europe, Middle East, North Africa, over in Asia Pacific. All these tournaments are going on, and you should definitely look to get involved. But that's it now for us. We're going to head to a short break. When we come back, our last match of the day to determine who will be our 4th team this split to advance on to the ESL Mobile Challenge. Back.
Intense.
everyone? Welcome back to the ESL Mobile Open play-ins for Brawl Stars. I'm in Verum, joined by Echo and Ash. And Echo, I'm going to start with you, my guy. This has been the first real Brawl Stars broadcast we've really got to have here for the ESL Mobile Open, and it's been a blast so far, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a ton of Clash of Clans with you guys, and I was super excited when you invited me to come here and do some Brawl Stars as well, and it is a completely different experience. Clash of Clans is all about a different kind of strategy than Brawl Stars. I mean, I'm sitting here chugging my water because I'm like getting so excited, and you know, I just need to hand it off to Ash so I can get myself a drink because the excitement is so real. Things change so quickly in these matches versus what I'm used to casting, so it's been a ton.
Yeah, that's the thing about Brawl Stars. It was made for esports, just the constant, fast-paced action. Man, you gotta love it.
We agree wholeheartedly. That's why we're here in the ESL Mobile Open and the ESL Mobile Challenge. We agree. Brawl Stars esports is incredible to watch, and it has been an absolute blast so far. We're not done yet. Team 00, STMN Esports, they have already qualified, advanced on the ESL Mobile Challenge to join Tribe Gaming. So some of the best in North America already secured their spots. The $300,000 in total global prize pool this year, they want their piece of that pie. But as we look down towards the lower bracket, this is where our final match of the night will be. It's Red Button versus IX Academy. You know, IX not playing tonight, but their Academy team, who has made a pretty impressive run, Ash, are now in contention to possibly go all the way.
Don't underrate IX Academy. These guys are a beast, man. Like, this next matchup is gonna be another thriller. Like, I'm telling you right now, these guys are amazing players. They can win it right here, and they can even take the tournament. I'm that confident in them.
Well, we're going to have to see. I mean, you said a lot of great things about that entire organization, so we're going to see if Academy's able to pull it in. Starting with, we got Red Button's team set up right here, Verum.
Absolutely. And again, we've just seen these players the last two matches in a row. They've been super impressive. Bobo, his movement, impeccable. Real Canadian as well, living in situations, both of them, they definitely should not have. But now we're looking towards IX Academy. And please unban me.
Please
One of my more
unban me.
favorite names.
Okay.
I mean, if you're playing, I guess it happens. So I guess the name worked. I guess the name, at some point, the name worked, Echo. You know, that's how it is, right?
That's funny. That's funny. And look at that. Real Canadian, eh? That's what we should be saying here. You like that? All right. So we're going to be starting some things out. It looks like we're going to be going into our initial round, which is going to be in hot. What is it we're looking at? We're looking at Hot Zone, right?
We are indeed, and I want to make a note here because you guys asked during that last game, and I have the answers for you. I talked to our lovely admins. The bans are going to be Mort, Stu, Ruffs, and Gene. So that's who's out of it.
Ruffs and Gene.
Ash, what are your initial thoughts on that? Because again, some of these make a lot of sense to me. Oh, I don't even have time. Get into the match. Go, lads. Take it. Run with it.
We shall, and we shall. We got more Max coming in here. Bobo rocking the Max. We have Ben rocking the Crow, and Real Canadian going with the Sprout.
By the way, guess what? First time we're seeing Bell, and you know why? Because Bell's been banned every single time prior to this matchup.
Yeah, Bell, the newest brawler, chromatic brawler inside of Brawl Stars. I'm excited just to watch the newest brawler get some gameplay time in right now.
And she's a complete beast. The best brawler in the game right now, hands down.
So why not ban her? Why not drop the ban
in
on her
this
then?
particular map, she doesn't dominate as much of. Like, she dominates 95% of the maps in the game, but this map right here, she's good, but she's not as dominant in. But as I'm saying that, IX Academy playing her really well. They've got the lead by 4%. Berucci's making, nice dodging. Look at the dodges. He's trying to dodge Real Canadian and get some extra percentage points from that zone. Well played.
But the Canadian did end up taking him down, as well as Crow. All right, I like how they're holding down that main
Both
position.
teams, yeah. So like Red Vine, they've taken control over the bottom left zone. They've already completed it. At the top right, we also have IX Academy taking that zone. So both teams have secured a zone, but IX Academy in the lead.
Yeah, Parallel Plays is a difficult map, in my opinion. Just how those zones are split up, you have to really make a decision. It's not like the ones that we've seen previously where they're kind of right next to each other and you could actually see what's going on.
this is exactly where Bell dominates. Because now, if you're grouped up, right, if you're next to each other, you're going to take so much damage from Bell. And Bell is just having a blast right now. Just so much fun. Taking control over that zone and finishing the game. Very well played by IX Academy.
Yeah, and I mean, Bell, when she shoots and her attack actually goes in between enemies that are in range of one another, just continuously damaging in that damage chain.
Right.
It was nice to see her being used, and hopefully we see. I'm assuming we're going to see more of her, but since she's the best on 95% of maps.
Definitely. We're going to see a lot of Bell this matchup, thanks to, her not being finally banned, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have IX Academy taking round number 1, and it takes one more until we have to move on. They take the entire set, but Red Button, they're going to go in right now and see if they can prevent that from happening, or is IX going to be able to do it again?
I was going to say, I bet you they're going to run Bell, and they do. Look at Bobo running Bell.
Red Button taking a trick from IX's bag right there.
But Charles right there got the upper hand, took out the Crow.
Yep, and I mean it's
Both
kind of
teams working on their zones.
They're taking their time. No one's really pushing up crazy hard. Like you said, they're focusing on their own zones, and percentages are pretty even right now. But look at this, IX up.
So one of the key strategies for this map is you got to secure at least one of the zones first. So at the start, you're going to see, both teams working on getting their closest zone. But in the mid game, that's when you're going to see most of the action, when the teams start fighting for the other zone.
Right.
So right now.
Yep, exactly. And that's what's going on. We're tied at 50% right now as both of the zones are capped. There we go. Max. Real Canadian. I'm sorry, I keep doing it. Yell at me, Ash. Real Canadian using that speed, trying to grab that other zone. There's a lot going on right now.
Benucci's also doing the same thing with his Max. We have both Maxes on the opposing zones. And they're just trying to, keep control over that zone, continue to grab the percentage. But look at Real Canadian. He's at the top. You can't really see him, but he's at the top right zone. And he's just there alone. And Charles getting double teamed. So I'd give the upper hand to Red Button here if they can finish off Charles and his Bell.
Oh, it is so close right now. And Max making some plays up there. Whoa!
You already know Real Canadian. You already know him and Max, right?
Wow.
That's his specialty.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Very well played.
Yeah, exactly. So that took 1 round to 1 round right now. We're tied up going into round number 3, and whoever takes this set, well, they're going to be up 1-0. I mean, Real Canadian rocking that Max, super strong there. He just knows how to move with them. And I love the speed and be able to utilize it to dodge all of those crow attacks.
It's that experience, right? Like I said, he was former world record holder for Max, pushed over 2,000. Do you know how many hours that takes? That's constant, at least 12 hours of grind for 20 days straight. No joke. That's insane amount of experience with Max.
Who has that kind of time, Ash?
Man.
I just don't know. But hey, the records are there to be broken, right? And that's impressive stuff for sure. I like watching him use Max because it's just some serious, solid gameplay. But they're going to probably want to switch something up right now. Do you think they're going to go in with the same? I mean,
I think no. I think they're going to stick with the Bell, right? Red Button won that game because they started using Bell. Bell's the difference maker here, as you can see.
Wow. Bell, as we said, the win condition, running exactly the same comp. So it's going to come down to who plays the comp better, or who gets a little more lucky, or a little bit better positioning. We're going to have to see.
Right. Is it going to be Real Canadian again and the difference maker with his plays with Max? We'll have to see.
I don't know. It's super fun to watch, though. I'm watching Real Canadian just lock down that zone and try and beat down Crow at the same time.
Right,
Nice.
He's getting double teamed and still manages to stay alive there. Benucci's doing a good job staying alive. Look at Sly hanging behind the wall. He's not gonna be able to win the 1v1. Ben just hangs by 28 hit points. That was pretty fortunate for him.
Man, it's super close still. As you said, we're still getting towards that point where, okay, here we go. The hot zone has been captured.
Right.
Red Button.
This is the point. This is where things start to heat up. It's whoever wins this matchup right now, gets control, is gonna have the upper hand.
Yeah, but
Charles
IX
doing
has
a good job getting
small
some defense.
advantage right now, but that is a very small one.
Right. Nice jump by
Oh.
Sly Frixie.
Oh.
Can he finish? He did finish off RC. Bearshie's gonna use his gadget, but I don't think he's gonna survive there. Nope, he's gonna be taken out by the Crow poison. So almost the play right there to win control. But unfortunately, they weren't able to maintain it.
And Crow hops on in there to try and do a little damage and get a little bit in that zone, but gets taken down quickly. Now it's Max on Max. Who's the better Max?
Real Canadian triggered one of Bell's traps right there.
Ooh.
Real Canadian doing a really good job with the Max again. He's got to circle around the world, around the wall, not around the wall, world.
Same difference, Ash.
Oh,
Same
man.
difference. Wow, that's just super fun to watch him play that brawler. But here we have Bobo trying to
this
keep
is
that
so
distance
close.
as well. 60 to 62% right now. Red button down by 2.
There's still so much time left, 45 seconds left. You don't want to rush anything here. It's all about getting control right now. You got to think of this game like a gem grab game right now. First team to get control is probably going to win. Beruchis and Charles forced back to defend. Look at Sly Frixie at the bottom. You can't really see him very well, but he's
There he
jumping on Real Canadian. He's got to grab control over the zone, and that's going to be huge because now all he has to do is just circle around the wall again to Ben. And that's all he has to do to win this game. There's 17 seconds left. Charles gonna come in. They're gonna get the kill. There's still 12 seconds. Real Canadian's gonna be able to get to that zone, but he's not gonna be able to get enough points though.
And he lost that battle against the other Max. Wow.
Yeah.
So IX
Insane.
Academy bringing in that set, coming through with the 2-1 victory, going to be pushing us on to another full set. Wow, that was impressive. Let's bring on Inverum. What are you thinking about that Real Canadian Max play? I mean, that was some impressive dancing.
I think, man, it's interesting because I complimented the movement of so many of these players, and I was ready and willing to just be like, yeah, Real Canadian is moving some of the best there, but Frixie, like,
yeah.
Yeah, like the way
His
he was able to
Crow.
go in with the super, deal damage, and then a lot of times you see the Crows just melt. They poof out, they go in, they ult, and they're the super, and they're done. But he was able to survive and do that little bit more. And this, honestly, we talk about the ideas of games that are inches, you know, a game of inches versus a game of miles. And this was very much a game of inches. The back and forth, the push and pull, the tug of war. And it was the ability for IX Academy to just get in, do the job they planned to do, you know, use their life as they planned to, and then do that little thing extra. And it was the mounting additional inch over inch over inch that eventually had them standing 6 feet over their opponent's Ash at the end. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I love what Frixie did there. Jumped in on Real Canadian, finished him off, and then that ability to just circle the wall against Ben. When it's a Crow versus Crow and you have a wall, all you gotta do is just keep running around it, prevent the enemy from taking you out. You just can't 1v1 in this in Brawl Stars. You can't take another brawler out if you can't break the wall. And Crow, of course, is not a wall breaker. So all you got to do is just keep running around the wall while maintaining control over that zone. And that's what won them the game. MVP, I would give the MVP to Frixie right there for that play.
I mean, that was my most impressive thing to watch, was how the players were moving themselves around and just dodging one another. And as I said, dancing around the walls. It was impressive to see the movement. And we had IX bringing in the first set. We're going to be going on to set number 2. It's going to be Gem Grab as well, which is, well, it's going to be another one that's going to be a game of movement. I guess they all are, though.
Definitely.
Right?
Another control-based mode.
Yeah, and map control is going to be a big one here. The gems are going to be spawning in the middle of the map. You got to try and control that. You've got to utilize your HP. And it's also interesting even, too, to see how some of these players are resetting their lives. So some players will intentionally just, like, sacrifice their life. If their other two teammates die and they're low HP, rather than living longer and staggering the death, they all respawn at once. That's going to be critical here in Gem Grab, making sure you're approaching as a team. I have no more insight to give. Boys, take it away.
Thanks for the insight, Inverum. Oh, we have an Amber in the house for the first time tonight as well.
Interesting. But look, Bell again, and like I said, when Bell is not banned, you're going to see Bell being used pretty much every single game here on.
Yeah, well, that makes me question why they're not banning her, and I guess that's because they feel that she won't thrive on this map, as you mentioned earlier, but it seems to me that she can thrive on any map, Ash.
It's also your confidence in using Bell. So like if you sure you can ban Bell, but if you're confident that you're the better Bell player, why ban her, right? Why not just dominate the other team with your skills with Bell? And that's what Charles is doing here. He's very comfortable with his Bell and securing control. They already got 7 gems. Charles won that matchup against the opposing Bell.
Yeah, I see that for sure. And I mean, IX Academy sitting there with 8 gems
Charles
already.
Is killing it. You seeing those?
God. I am seeing this.
Kills after kills, and that's what I mean. You don't want to ban Bell when you know, like, you're confident in yourself, in your skills with Bell.
Real Canadian just took down that battle, trying to sneak up around and get in there, just to steal those.
Enough time.
Make him drop those gems at the end.
4 seconds, not gonna be enough time, unfortunately.
And that's it.
Cheese almost.
IX Academy taking round 1 on that one. Wow, starting out strong. I mean, they were dominant pretty much the entire time there. It wasn't like it was a comeback. They had control for the most part.
Right, and I think all of that comes down to, you know, how well Charles won his lane with Bell. Once he won that lane, the 1v1 against the opposing Bell, he then came in mid to support his teammates. That's why he ended up getting that star player.
Mm-hmm. And you were talking about IX Academy. You basically said don't tread on them.
Don't count them out.
Don't count them out. You know, they and I mean they're proving it right here. They're taking a little bit of advantage of Red Button, and Red Button isn't going to stand for it. I think that we're going to see.
Definitely.
We're going to see something solid coming through, because we're going to be getting into round number 2 again on gem grab, and Red Button has to take it, because if IX does, they're going to completely take this round. And let's get into the game now. Go right on in and see what we have. Okay, we have an 8-bit right now from Red Button.
No, it's the same comp, isn't it? But this time, we've got Bobo running 8-bit on the left. Real Canadian's sticking with his max. He's going to quickly win that mid. Charles, though, is going to win the 1v1 again with Bell, just showing, like, you know, his dominance with Bell.
Wow.
Ooh, nice shot by Charles again right there.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man.
Oh,
Charles
man,
doing
Charles.
work right there.
Right. And that's the thing. When the brawler is so good and you're so good with it, you're going to have, like, that's going to be a big difference maker for you and your team.
I'm having a hard time not watching Charles right now, Ash. I'm just watching that side of the map, missing everything on the other side because he's just completely dominating. Look at him hiding out right there.
Right. That puts the enemy, like, in so much pressure.
Yep.
You know, if they ignore Charles here, look at Real Canadian making some big plays. I don't think Ben's going to be able to. But then Bobo over there to kind of support him. Very nice play. Wow, Real Canadian with that sneak attack.
Yeah, and Amber setting the whole map on fire. But I mean, this round is a bit closer. It's 7-4 right now, and it looks like IX Academy make that 8. They are gaining control of the center map.
Right. So Charles did pre-place a bunch of his traps with his gadget on the right side, slowing things down for his teammates just a bit. Bedichis has to be careful here, though. He's got to run away with those gems, and he did safely manage to do so. Real Canadian kind of desperate right now with only 300 health and just 10 seconds left, trying to make a play here, but it's going to be kind of futile. There's just not enough time left. Just 3 more seconds.
IX Academy shutting this round down, actually shutting this set down in a 1-2 punch really quickly, not even giving them the chance to come back. Red Button on their heels now, because if IX Academy takes the next set, that's going to be it, and that's going to be the end.
Yeah, they're going to move on if Red Button can't come up with a counter in the next set.
All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we go to a break really quick, then we'll get into the next set, give these guys a few moments to compose themselves, and then get into more Brawl Stars. So IX Academy right now is going in with a 2-0 set lead, and we're coming on in. We're coming in a bounty on dry season right now, Ash. I mean, Red Button is drastically on their heels.
Right. So like this is one of the maps where like I wouldn't put Bell in high regard. Bounty is, especially like this map. You remember Poco comps, right? They were just so dominant. So like definitely would not be surprised if Red Button dominates here against the opposing Bell. But as I'm saying that, IX Academy just playing so well, staying together and keeping control. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, in that Red Button, they're doing some work. Real Canadian. I mean, we've been talking so highly of him, and right there, as I say that, he goes down. We're sitting with a 4-point lead right now.
Right.
For IX.
Oh, but right here, look at that double heal. This is the thing about Poco and the recent balance change. 3 heals in a row. Oh my goodness, that was insane. And that has to do with the constant bounces between Bell's attack. Got the kill, and IX Academy still in the lead thanks to having that blue star.
And we've seen some close matches here before while we were on Bounty, and I mean, we are looking at another very close one here, but they're getting stuck there in the corner.
Man, just so well played by IX Academy, because they definitely have the disadvantage against the Poco tank comp here. Like double throwers just don't have the damage output, but they're just playing so well to the point where they're able to. Ben going solo, not a good idea.
No.
Don't want to go alone with a Poco against a triple team. He should have waited, should have been more patient, because there was plenty of time left for him and his team here, but kind of a rush play right there. That's going to result in a loss. No comeback there.
I mean, it just looks like IX Academy at this point is outplaying Red Button. Right. You're telling me that a Poco can't take a triple team? Is that what you're trying to tell me right there?
He can't. There's no way. At that point, I feel like it's kind of like they might be in a tilt, right? At that point, there was 18 seconds left before that Poco was soloing. Why solo when you can wait for your teammate, go for a final push, which you can definitely do against double throwers when you have a Poco to heal support and get that final push, right? Remember the strategy with Bounty and final pushes? You got to work with the time.
Yep, exactly. And we talked about time multiple times. And speaking of time, I mean, we're down to, if IX Academy brings in a win on this round, this is all over. And they're going to continue on. And Red Button is going to be no more for them. So IX Academy is going to be looking to close things out right now on Bounty. What do you think about Brawlers?
Yeah, I love that Bell is still being used and is winning. Every single game, of course, the team with Bell won, right?
Let's see if she's going to win this time. And she is being used again on both sides.
Both sides now.
Yep.
Just goes to show how dominant she is in this game, right? 100% win rate so far.
That's crazy. That is crazy when you think about it. But she's been used on both sides sometimes as well. So either way, let's see if Red Button can come back on this one, utilizing the strongest brawler inside of Brawl Stars for right now.
Right, so Bobo with 2 quick kills at the start of the game. Oh, Charles almost got the shot. Bobo just, oh my God. He evaded so many hits right there. Jeez.
Man, I love when you get excited, Ash. It just makes me smile when I hear that out of you. But here we go. It looks like Red Button is taking a little bit of that early lead, but again, it's very early. And
Definitely
I see
early.
Sprout on Sprout.
Ben's got to be careful. He was really low. He was able to activate that gadget to heal back, and Bobo also get pushed back. This is looking good for IX Academy. In Bounty, you don't want to get spawn trap. This is where things get difficult. Oh, nice shot by Charles.
That
was. Gotta get the kill. What's Frixie gonna do here? He's gonna constantly spam Tick Mines, man. Tick, you hate Tick, right?
I don't like going against Tick. No, I don't.
All right, he's just so annoying, constantly throwing mines at you, just not letting you move up. That's what's happening here.
It seems like he has endless mines. What's up with that?
Right?
They just continuously come, and man, yeah, exactly what's happening to Red Button right now is what I do not like playing against.
It's so frustrating to deal with him. Double throwers and Charles. Oh my goodness, they're starting to spin and the. Oh man, the toxicity, yeah.
IX Academy. 22-7. This has been dominant. Sweet. I mean, when we're looking at the entire event here, between Red Button and IX Academy, Red Button won one round. All the other rounds were won, and it was nearly a sweep, besides that one round.
Right. I got to give it to Charles, though. He was definitely the much better Bell player. Again, he got the star player in that final game. He's been the difference maker in most of these games with him and his plays with Bell. Those are amazing.
Yeah, so as it sits, IX Academy is moving forward and Red Button is not. That was an exciting round, even though it was heavily in favor of IX Academy. And Varum, why don't you come back and, I mean, this is something different that we saw this time around. It was not as much of a nail biter.
No, it was definitely a lot stronger, and IX Academy maybe saying, hey, maybe we should be the ones moving up to that main roster status, because they are looking pretty darn impressive out there as we take a look back at the highlights from that last match. And it's crazy to me to think that Red Button was a single round away from advancing on in that upper bracket, one round away from being in the challenge, all the way to getting knocked down in the lower bracket and getting 3-0. Impressive play from IX Academy, saying, hey, just because we're in the lower bracket, Echo, doesn't mean we are not a force to be reckoned with.
Of course, and we've seen this before in the ESL Mobile Open. I mean, we've seen some amazing play coming out of the lower bracket. I have learned over the years to not ever count out a lower bracket team, because they have something more to fight for at that point in time. And IX Academy was fighting for their name, and they definitely showed today that they are not to be forgotten. They definitely have what it takes to dominate in the Mobile Open.
Definitely. Just like I said right before this matchup, don't count IX Academy. You guys were saying how, you know, they might be the lesser of the IX team. Definitely not. They are super competent team, full of pro players. You definitely don't want to count them out.
Yeah, what we just saw on the highlight of them trapped in the right-hand corner, it was just incredible how they were able to get out of that, actually getting kills while they were the ones that were spawn trapped in the corner.
Yep, and I feel like a key error by Red Button was probably, like, you know, not banning Bell. They had banned Bell in the prior matchups, but not this one, and they got destroyed by Charles and his Bell.
Look, Charles was definitely a super flashy player there, but I also think that he was like the perfect decoy in a lot of situations. Because, yeah, oftentimes in the 1v1s, he would win his lane matchup. But on the other side of the map, I think back to the first game, like the Amber play was or the second match, I should say, super underrated. It was really, really solid overall. And I just echo, I don't have enough good things to say about both of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it was impressive gameplay for sure, and being able to be that dominant, no matter, it was all the brawlers. I mean, it was a complete team playing together, being trapped in the back and being able to get yourself out of that, actually gaining points and gaining kills while you're the ones that are supposed to be trapped. That was impressive to me. IX Academy 100% earned that win across the board.
Yeah, and they just kind of came in out of nowhere because we didn't get a chance to watch any of their other matches. They just showed up like a hurricane, like a wrecking ball out of nowhere. And if we take a look at our final standings here, we're not playing at our grand finals. We're not playing. This doesn't matter. All it was about was just getting to this final stage, getting onto the ESL Mobile Challenge. Team 00, STMN Esports, IX Academy, and Tribe Gaming. Those four teams have secured their spots in the ESL Mobile Challenge. Tens of thousands of dollars up for grabs in that tournament. It's going to be happening in a few weeks, but you still got some time. Ash, the reason they got some time is because we have another ladder, which means the players at home, they've got a chance to sign up.
Make sure to sign up, man. Definitely. Like, if you want to get your name out there, this is the perfect way. This tournament, like, we've seen Unbreakers, right? I didn't hear about these players, and all of a sudden these guys making some big plays. They were so close to defeating Red Button and getting all the way here. Man.
Yeah, and not only that, the experience that you have getting to play against some of these pro players as well, getting experience playing in these times of events, and maybe you're going to surprise yourself as to how you could actually stand with some of the big boys or the big squads in the matchups.
Yeah, I get people telling me all the time, Ash, I want to get to that level. I want to become a pro. How do I do that? Well, this is exactly how. You gotta take part in tournaments. If you don't take part in tournaments, you're never gonna get to that stage. You can be a really good player on like in game playing, you know, ladder in game, but if you don't have tournament experience, you're never gonna become a pro in these tournament settings.
And look, if you're saying the difference is I don't have a team to play with, how do I find a team? Well, one of the great places to do that is on social media, so !social, but also on our Discord. The ESL Mobile Discord is a great place to find teammates if you don't have one. Find some like-minded players, get a squad together, and get involved. Start to develop that synergy, start to develop that team cohesion, because that's what's really going to separate these really top-tier amateurs and the next set of up-and-coming professional players. And that's really what this program, this platform is all about. It's about giving you a chance to shine. Because like you guys say, if you don't compete, you don't get that opportunity to show what you can do. But speaking of the show, that's it for us tonight. From myself and Varum, from Echo and Ash, thank you all so much. Echo, you'll be back tomorrow for Clash of Clans. But thank you so much, Ash, for joining us here for Brawl Stars. Thanks all of you for joining us for this broadcast. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the price is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up?
Oh
You know
my
we fall and we
goodness,
get
wow.
up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouth. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking calls. Want your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, listen to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone. 'Cause I'm just like you. There's no failing when we fight. We're not afraid to. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star. I'm the winner coming out of the dark. No fear, getting ready for the ride. Yeah, stepping into the light. No limit, aim high. No limit, the price is mine.
Step out as a motivator. Let them know that the weight's up. That's how we know when we level up. Ay, that's how we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up.
Back against the wall, still I'm standing tall. Know about the ball, I got my fan with me. All we know is ball to empty out the mouth. The chosen one they call, I take my fan with me. Know about it if you tell, know you're breaking codes. What your credibility and all fall like dominoes. Can you really take a stance? All I wanna know. Need me real ones when it's time to go. Stepping in, elevator, reasons to all the haters. That's all we know when we level up. Yeah, that's all we know when we level up.
Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. I found out I'm not alone, 'cause I'm just like you. There's no failing when we fight. We're not afraid to. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? You know we fall and we get up. Level up. All we know about is level up. Are we ready not to level up? It's time, get up. Feel the lights, see the stage, hear the vibe. Pumped up to get ready for the fight. Big dreams, one chance, be the star.